ESPN3.com is presented by Sprint. We're at Heinz Field in downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the first Saturday of college football on ESPN3.com. Fans are here ready for the debut of a brand new head coach and the start of the season for both teams from Buffalo and the University of Pittsburgh. I'm John Sanders, along with former player, coach, head coach John Bunting. And the one thing we don't have to worry about, I don't think, tonight is that 40-second clock.
Well, I don't think so, because Pitt runs the supersonic no-huddle offense. Buffalo did the same last year, but I think they will slow it down a little bit tonight with new offensive coordinator Alex Wood.
And they have a head coach that came from Cincinnati. They also have a quarterback now by the name of Chaz Anderson, who came from Cincinnati.
He started 2 games there and won both, so they hope that his maturity will help stabilize this Buffalo offense.
And of course, how he does is going to depend in no small part on the men up front. Let's talk about that offensive line. They're missing Pat Wilson, one of their better tackles, and they've shuffled things around.
They have been juggling offensive linemen all through the preseason, and I hope they have their best starting lineup out there today.
Pitt Panthers hope they have the best starting quarterback. He's been around for a few years. Tino Sinceri is his name, but Tino's got a new system this year.
He does, and his most important part of this offense, I think, not only to throw the football, which he can do well, but is to manage this offense and have the timing with the receivers and the ball carriers.
He's got another cushion, though, in that backfield. He wears number 1. Almost a 1,000-yard rusher last year is Ray Graham.
Hey, he's not going to miss that ball carry. He rushed for over 900 yards, and he had 24 receptions. He is a dynamic football player.
I guarantee you by halftime you won't see these coats on us because it's very hot, close to 100 degrees down on the field. Here are the keys to the game, first of all, for Buffalo.
I think for Buffalo, they need to get lined up on defense, limit the big plays, and get some big plays out of their linebacker, Khalil Mack, and Steven Means, the defensive end. Offensively, they got to keep it simple.
What about the keys for the University of Pittsburgh in Todd Graham's debut?
Pittsburgh is all about substitution, making sure they execute the play called and reduce the errors, like unforced errors like pre-snap penalties.
It is the first Saturday of college football here on ESPN3.com. What kind of an opener will it be for the Panthers and the Bulls? We're about to find out. The opening kickoff from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh is coming up here on ESPN3.com. They'll receive because Buffalo won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. So it'll be the Panthers and their high-octane offense having the football first of all tonight under their new head coach, Todd Graham. We talk about the weather. The reason we won't have coach, we might not have on shirts at halftime. It's 92 degrees, but you know, John, I'll tell you what, it's more than that down on the field. Second season as the head coach, Jeff Quinn. He was the offensive coordinator at Cincinnati until that coach moved on and is now at Notre Dame. So it's his second year. Only 2 wins last year, one of them in the MAC. They lost their last 7 games of the regular season. Todd Graham, a much anticipated, John, I think, debut for Todd Graham.
Well, I think this whole city is embracing him, and they're going to be watching tonight to see how much of this offense, this 85 plays, that he can bring and bring touchdowns instead of field goals.
You know, as much offense as they have and will have, they've only got about 65% of it in right now. That's how complicated his offense was at Tulsa.
Lots of formations, lots of motion.
Clark with the kickoff, and is fielded at about the 8-yard line by Buddy Jackson. Jackson, some room at the 30, cuts it back at the 40. He'll get to midfield and beyond. Forced out of bounds and near the 40-yard line, and for the Panthers, you couldn't ask for a better start.
Last year,
he almost fell down at about the 8, and then when he got going, he had some room up the middle.
he's a backup cornerback. We'll probably play some field corner for him tonight, but that's a heck of a way to get started for Pittsburgh.
It'll be Sinceri under center. Tino is a redshirt junior from Central Catholic, one of the powerhouses in high school football. And he's got Brown and Graham in the backfield right now. You don't see that too much. The shotgun snap, the throw to the near side is overthrown. He intended that time for Shanahan, but Mike could not catch up with it. So they came out firing, although we do expect, I think, John, to see them run the football with Graham in that backfield.
He's awfully good. He was going to get a lot of touches in multiple different ways. Screens.
Ball is at the 40-yard line, 2nd down 10. There's the inside handoff, and he's going nowhere. Stuffed by the left side of that defensive line. Let's check the defense, or excuse me, the offense for Pittsburgh. You see Graham, Sadler, he's a good one from the Pittsburgh area. Street, Shanahan, and Graham. Those are the receivers in this lineup, and it'll be interesting. Keep your eye on Ryan Turnley, the guy snapping the football. First time he has been a center. It's 3rd down and 10. Sinceri steps up, rolls right, and he's going to put it down and run and make maybe 2 yards, and that's all. Let's take a look at the Buffalo defense. Skinner on that tackle, one of the inside linebackers in this 3-4 setup. Means is a good one. You've got Smith, Dubois, also along the line, Mack, Pettigrew, Skinner, and Versey. So it's 4th down, and the Panthers will go for it.
Alert for a pooch punt right here. They're in an empty backfield.
4th and 8. And there's the pooch punt that you called for, Coach. Pretty good bounce for Pittsburgh. It's going to trickle out of bounds. So 3 and out for the Panthers on their first possession. You know, this big crowd here tonight waiting to see the high-octane offense. Probably going to be a little disappointed by the first possession. What do you think?
Well, when you get that type of field position and you're basically 3 and out, you're a little disappointed. To see Sinceri run, and I have not seen this guy live before, he does not appear to be a runner, either out of formation to run an option, or in that case, in a scramble situation. So he needs to hit receivers downfield.
Let's see how Chaz Anderson fares. They will also go with a no-huddle situation. Most of the time they have one running back, and that's Brandon Oliver, number 32. He is the lone man in the backfield. Not much up the middle. Gordon made the tackle. Let's take a look at the offense for the Bulls of the University of Buffalo. Oliver, Gordon, Jackson, Rivers, Newts. Those are the key offensive players. You see the line, and they have juggled them a little bit. Winery is the starter at center. Primarily has been a guard in the past. 2nd down coming up, and 8. Out across the 15, close to a 1st down. Holly makes the tackle, but Brandon Oliver picks up a 1st down. So the Bulls get the first down of the night. Hargrove, Alexi, those are some of the down linemen along with Donald. You see the linebackers, Reed Hendricks, Holly, Juan Williams. Those are the defensive backs for the University of Pittsburgh. And Oliver slips a couple of tackles and gets out close to another 1st down. He's across the 25 near the 27. Jason Hendricks came up to make the tackle.
John, they started off in the 2 tight end offense, and now have put in this Corey Knox, the fullback, this former track athlete, went in there to run the power O up inside. Some good, hard, tough running by Brandon Oliver. Pick up that 1st down.
Picks up his 2nd 1st down of this opening possession. The ball is at the 32-yard line, and a quick hit by the Panthers on that play. The pass was complete. Rivers made the catch, but he was greeted instantly by Antoine Reed. Reed, a senior from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. And it's amazing, you look at these teams, especially for Pitt, the number of players, Coach, that are from Western Pennsylvania. There's a lot of
talent out here, particularly linemen in the Pittsburgh area itself.
Young is the man in motion. He's got the ball, and he's maybe going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Forced out on the play by pressure that time from Lindsey, and they chase him out.
Watch Brandon Lindsey not take the bait on the zone play. Many times that end will crash down to try to make that play on the zone. He stayed back and bumped the reverse guy, which allowed them to get a big loss.
See how crowded it is.
2nd down coming up, no score. First possession of the game for the Bulls of Buffalo. And there is Anderson, the redshirt senior who graduated from Cincinnati.
Offense. Number 2.
10-yard penalty. To our referee Todd Ransom.
2nd down.
Mack officiating crew. We'll move it back to about the 22-yard line. It'll be 1st down there. We talked about Anderson, who was eligible to come in and play right away because he's already graduated, but had another year of eligibility.
He will add some maturity to this team that is young up front. They have been running the football. They've got an arsenal of receivers to throw to.
Pittsburgh is
Keep in mind
to decline the hold. It will be third down.
I was wondering what they were doing there. They moved the ball back with the hold, but I didn't understand that. It's now third down, and let's see what they get the mark right here. It's back. It's third and long, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that's about right, 3rd and 10. But it's opening game for the officials too, right?
Absolutely. We've got to give them a break.
So let's make it third down and about 11. You need to get down to out to the 39-yard line for a first. Pressure on Anderson, gets rid of it, bobbled and incomplete.
Tried to set up the screen.
Well, Taglianetti, who plays all over the field for Pittsburgh, applied the pressure, and Brandon Oliver could not make the catch. So it'll be the Bulls' turn to punt. It'll be Ronald Jones deep for the Panthers. Jankowski is the punter. Pretty good pressure. He just does get it away. Fielded at the 36 to the 45, fights his way across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So good return. And once again, Coach, excellent field position for Pittsburgh.
Absolutely.
It'll take us to our first timeout. 11:14 to play, first half in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You're watching college football on ESPN3.com. Graham on the sidelines. Actually, at one point, he was an assistant coach at West Virginia.
Yes, he was, where he learned some of this fast break offense.
This is Ray Graham. He's tackled from behind as he picks up a yard, maybe 2. Right there was Lee Skinner, redshirt freshman. And they've got a lot of young players on both the offense and the defense for Buffalo.
And talking with the Buffalo staff, they were very good on defense last year, just horrific on offense. They think they'll be better this year.
Sinceri's throw into the flat is complete. Dragged down on the play. Devon Street made the catch, picks up the first down of the evening for Pittsburgh. One of the 3 receivers, and they have X, Y, Z. They have an H-back. They got about 14 guys on the depth chart.
Yes, they do. They'll play a lot of receivers tonight.
First down play. Sinceri is going to be spun down inside the 40. Not much that time. Coming up to make the play was Skinner again.
That's not a strength of theirs, to run the quarterback, which is a big part of this offense. They might not be able to run that this year.
Well, they want to go within 15 to 18 seconds, and so far they're making it. You saw Graham, the H-back in motion, the pass complete for a first down at the 25. Mike Shanahan made the catch, and the Panthers are deep now in Buffalo territory.
That's what Tino Sinceri can do. He can thread the needle. That was a dart. Short crossing route to what they call the wide receiver Shanahan.
Graham cuts it back, gets inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line, so he'll pick up about 8 on the play. And once again, it was Skinner around the ball defensively for Buffalo. And also Stephen Means, one of their better defensive linemen. Here's the zip throw.
Tight window there.
Sinceri waits, throws toward the corner. Catch is made. Was he in bounds? Don't think so. Street was the intended receiver. He made the catch, but he was out of bounds.
I think he'll dump that to Graham. Graham couldn't run in for a touchdown. A little high-low stretch here. Just dump that ball sometimes. I think. Well, not to Graham. Zach Brown's in there right now. He's going to play some football for him, too. They're in a 2-back set now with Graham and Zach Brown.
You don't see that too often, but Graham and Brown are in there in that split backfield formation. Looking near side, catch inside the 10, spinning his way down to the 5-yard line. Again, it's Mike Shanahan who makes the catch. And it'll be a first and goal for Pittsburgh. Skinner, number 36. Well, we've called his name a lot already tonight. He was there defensively.
Just a quick slant inside. There's a double slant. They moved the Z receiver inside the Y receiver.
Inside handoff, Graham. Did he get in? Yes. It's Zach Brown, not Graham, who gets the first score of the new season. The redshirt senior from Royal Palm Beach, Florida, Zach Brown, runs it up the middle. The Panthers march for 6.
In the two-back set here, this is just a zone. Cut back off in that crack. Cut the defense inside. That is because they had a defensive end outside and the nose tackle was inside inside the offensive guard. They just hand the ball off, splits it right in the middle.
Harper for the extra point. Yaklik is the holder. He's also the punter on this team, and it's a 7-0 Panther lead. 9:10 remaining. Second possession under new head coach Todd Graham produces 7. The Panthers on top here on ESPN3.com. Of the night results in the first touchdown under Todd Graham, the new head coach at the University of Pittsburgh. So the Panthers will kick it off. We get set to continue here in the first quarter. Just over 9 minutes remaining. Conversation there between the running back and quarterback. Combination that produced that score for Pittsburgh. So Harper will kick it off. Jackson and Lester are deep. Jackson, a good kick returner to the near side, but it goes to Jackson and out of bounds. So the penalty will go against Pittsburgh. And the second possession coming up for the Bulls of the University at Buffalo.
Ball be placed at the 40-yard line. First down.
Third time these two teams have played. Here in 08, Pittsburgh sneaked away with a victory.
Now watch this right here. There's no linebacker in that B gap. So with the two-back option, this is old-time school football. If he's going to go where the linebacker is not, there's no linebacker there. Block out on the defensive end. They block down on the shaded nose tackle. He walks in. There's not a person there to stop him. Old-time football that now appears innovative because you split receivers out and get linebackers out of the box.
Anderson in the backfield along with Oliver. First and 10 from the 40 following the penalty for the kick that went out of bounds. And Oliver can get maybe a yard. And that's stacked up on the left side of that line. Certainly one of the question marks for Pittsburgh, I think, coming into this game. On defense, they have a lot of different formations, but it's how well Gruder and Gordon, the guys in the middle, would play.
And I think Shane Gordon is an outstanding football player. Great feet, balance, and burst. He's going to be all over the field. Max Gruder's played a lot of football for Pitt.
You see Carrageen, number 94, and there is Shane Gordon, the guy that Coach Bunting was talking about. Anderson under pressure. Gets away from one tackler, then another, and flips it out of bounds. He got pressure from Donald that time, number 97, one of the down linemen in this 3-4 Pittsburgh defense.
They come with some pressure off the field part, but what Donald does, he stays in the game. He ran a stunt, came around, and finished the play containing the quarterback.
8:30 to play. We're still in the first half. Here are the numbers, the specifics on Donald, who is from Penn Hills High School here in Pittsburgh. And there's nothing there. It's going to be a loss of a yard. And again, this time it was Taglianetti. Andrew Taglianetti, whose dad was a very good hockey player in the NHL for the Penguins.
This guy's a real football player. He has a nose for the ball. They blitz him up inside. They're going to blitz him from different places. This guy's a hard-nosed and played an awful lot of football for Pitt.
Shum with the punt. It's a good high kick. And outside the 32, about the 32, is Sadler. Sadler played also locally at Gateway High School. No, it's Ronald Jones who made the return that time, not Sadler. We will see Cameron Sadler as this night goes along. It's early yet. 7:52 to play in the first quarter. The Panthers striking first. Capacity here over 65,000. I think the people on the sun side of the field decided to wait until it goes down, maybe, huh? It's a little hot. Graham trying to get outside at the 35. Fights his way across the 42 for a first down before he's dropped on the play by Isaac Baugh. A good run that time. We do have a flag down on the play.
Watch the off-guard pull number 52 around. Wow, he knocks not only his own guy down, but somebody else down. Graham is so talented and instinctive. That ball is designed to go up a little bit further inside, but he busts it outside when he saw the guy on the ground.
You see what the flag is all about?
Personal foul. Grabbing the face mask. On the defense. 15-yard
The
penalty.
calls goes against the
Automatic
Bulls,
first down.
courtesy of our referee Todd Ransom. That'll tack on some good yardage to what was a good first down run. Let's take a look at that face mask call.
Hard to see it from that angle. You can see his head jerk a little bit. Might have been a horse collar.
In any case, it moves it into Buffalo territory. The ball spotted at the 44-yard line. The first down for Pittsburgh.
Ray Graham averaged 6.2 per carry last year.
Well, they got positive yardage there, and you talked about head coach Jeff Quinn adding some veteran coaches. He's got 3 guys who've been head coaches on his staff now.
Yes, and they all had winning seasons in the past. I think he added those guys to add a little bit more stability to the offense, take a little bit of the load off him, because he was the offensive play caller at Cincinnati.
It'll be first down and 10. The ball is officially spotted now at the 42-yard line. Panthers in control, leading 7-0 as we wind down to midway through this opening quarter. Sinceri throws to Graham. He's knocked out of bounds inside the 35, maybe the 34-yard line. Hit there by Striggles. As you could see, he looked quickly downfield, but then he went quickly to his run
He had
again.
some crossing patterns, but he had the swing pass with Graham. And you can see why this young man caught the ball for 24 times last year, because he can catch.
Second down coming up. And that time they took a whopping 20 seconds off the play clock. Wide open receiver is missed on the throw by Sinceri. It was intended for Street. But he could not quite get there, so it'll be third down.
Terrific play action and protection off the play fake, but just can't throw it on the numbers near the hands of the crossing street, the deep crosser.
Third down, about 3 coming up for Pittsburgh. They're at the 35-yard line of the Bulls. Motion man, Hubie Graham, the tight end. They dump it off to Ray Graham. And Ray Graham is going to be hot right along the line of scrimmage. Not much there, maybe lost a yard. Branch came up to make the tackle for the Bulls.
That was set up as a screen. The lineman pulled out, but Buffalo did a terrific job pursuing to the ball carrier. In particular, number 24 did a great job come up there making the tackle there.
It is fourth down, and again the Panthers will go for it. Brown, who's been lined up in the backfield, shifts to the left side along with Ray Graham. So you've got Graham and Graham on the left side.
Looks like he's lining up in this pooch again.
He did it earlier, and this one not as effective as the first one. It pretty much goes straight up in the air and then trickles toward the sideline. Right there to make sure nobody picks it up is Devin Street. We've got a timeout coming here at Heinz Field in downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 6:18 to play. Saturday football right here on ESPN3.com. College football presented tonight by Sprint. 7-0 the Panthers on top as the Bulls come back to the field. Sinceri so far in his pooch punting.
Yeah, you know, my first year at North Carolina, we played Florida State. I was alternating quarterbacks, and I put a pooch punt in. I just had the wrong quarterback in there pooching it, and it went backwards. The fans didn't appreciate this last one as much, but there's Brandon Lindsey. He's going to make them come to their feet.
Lindsey from the outside linebacker position drops Anderson back inside the 20, close to the 19-yard line. First sack of the night.
You can see the inside move of Lindsey. He was the leading sacker last year. This guy can get upfield.
Now, just too many guys over there for Barb to block.
They didn't have the right protection on. He plays Lindsey, that is the Panther outside linebacker.
Second and long. Nothing much there up the middle for Brandon Oliver, the redshirt sophomore from Miami, Florida. And the Panthers will make some changes defensively, but they're going to do it in a hurry.
When you have the hurry-up offense and you make personnel changes, you better make sure they don't make a first down, because they could go really quickly and catch you before you can get the right personnel back out on the field. So it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game. But with this long yardage situation of football, they've put in some fresh guys.
Anderson out of the gun again. Quick throw out to the right flat. Across the 25 to the 27-yard line is Marcus Rivers, who was their top receiver coming back from last year. Williams was there along with Taglianetti. A couple of Panthers double teaming for the defense. Fourth down punting situation for the Bulls.
I can guarantee you that Taglianetti is going to be out there on any of these third and longs. They're going to be sending him and making him make plays. He knows where to go.
Jones is deep for Pittsburgh, standing back at his own 35-yard line. And for the most part, the Panthers have had good field position. This is a terrific kick. Backs him up all the way inside the 20-yard line. Jones to the near side, and he's twisted down at about the 27-yard line.
Brought down by number 8.
Great punt by Jake Shum there.
Yeah, Ball made the tackle on the special teams, but it was a terrific kick.
Good coverage.
Ball will be spotted at the 28. Quickly, the Panthers offense back on the field, ready to go. Graham and Brown in the backfield. Sadler is in the lineup, split to the left side. Panthers with 2 backs, 3 wide receivers in this formation. First down and 10. Graham stutters right along the line of scrimmage. Dropped at the 30 by Pettigrew. Gain of a yard, maybe 2.
Pettigrew was a starter last year and got injured and did not play hardly at all. He's a very fine player, junior, out of Thompson Station, Tennessee.
Leading rusher for the Bulls tonight has been Oliver with 26 yards. And Graham all the way almost to midfield. Check it. The guy that scored the touchdown made the play again. It's Brown. Well, Brown getting a lot of reps tonight. Richardson finally runs him down, but he's at the 49-yard line.
The 2-back set with the man coverage. They crossed in the backfield, and the linebackers got mixed up, made a mistake on who's got who.
Sinceri into the flat. And that is going to be a catch, but he's down. That's Sadler, the young man from Gateway High School, a redshirt junior who's battled some injuries in the time that he's been here, but he was one of the most prolific punt and kick return guys in the history of the WPIAL, which is the Western Pennsylvania High School Football Association. Second down and long. Sinceri gets some pressure.
He's got a guy wide open.
Down the middle, overthrows him. Intended for Cameron Sadler, and he could not get there. I think maybe that pressure might have made him overthrow it.
They had a play fake in there. They had both the A gaps blocked up with the backs who they faked to. So there was no reason for him to panic and just throw that ball in there. I think he knew what he was getting in coverage, just overthrew him.
Third down and long. Third and about 15 for the Panthers of Pitt, who were the favorites to win the Big East last year. And that pass is caught after, no, it's incomplete. Intended for Brown, he could not hang on. And so this time the normal punt formation will come up as Yaklik will come out and kick for the first time.
You know, this offense is designed to run the football, pass the football, keep the football moving fast. But he is going to take shots. Coach Graham is going to take shots, and there was one that they needed to convert. That's a touchdown written all over it that he did not convert.
Terrell Jackson, the deep receiver for the Bulls. Yaklik's first punt of the new season, and it's a good one. Jackson signals fair catch and goes down at the 15, but we have a flag on the play. I don't know if that's going to go against the Bulls or against the Panthers. We actually have 2 flags on this play, both in the same spot about the 34-yard line of Buffalo.
They were holding up the gunner or the flyer, whatever you want to call the outside receiver that tries to go down and cover the punt, and they got a little too aggressive, Buffalo did. They're going to get a holding penalty.
Holding on the receiving team, number 28. Distance to the goal. First down.
It'll be first down as they back him up. A holding call on that play went against Dwight Striggles on the special teams. Now, what about the Bulls now? What can they do to get it going?
Well, they've got talented receivers. I would be throwing some of these wide receiver screens to see if they can get some blocking out front of one of these very talented athletes they have, the Marcus Rivers, the Terrell Jackson, the Alex Newts. They've got to not just go up there and just run into the middle line of scrimmage. They're not going to go anywhere. This is not a conference game for them. This is the game that they want to win, but they want to play better than they have been playing, and that means they got to do something different.
Short game for Brandon Oliver.
The Panthers, number 96, Justin Hargrove.
Hargrove there defensively, along with Miles Carrageen. They're giving him a couple of yards on the play.
They're in that two-back set, just ran it right in the middle, and into the strength of the Pittsburgh defense. It's not going to work.
See Oliver's totals so far tonight. He's done the bulk of the carrying. The catch is made on a short game. Newts made the catch out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Antoine Reed there defensively for Pittsburgh, and Anderson back to work. You know, interesting that he did not play in the spring, yet came in camp and won the starting job.
Well, obviously they weren't satisfied with what they had. Alex Zordich played as a true freshman last year and got injured.
Oliver carries.
He'll be stopped short of the first down. Brandon Oliver tripped up at about the 16-yard line. Again, in the middle of that defensive linebacker core. Shane Gordon was there for Pittsburgh. It's another punting situation for the Bulls.
So the speed offense doesn't work really good when you're 3 and out.
Jones will be the deep man for the Panthers.
16, James Shum.
Shum is the punter.
14, Ronald Jones, feet for the Panthers.
And this again, coach, is going to be good field position for Pittsburgh, barring anything drastic. Kicks it on the run and bounces it at the 42-yard line. Brown has it, room down the far sideline. Cuts it back inside the 40, and he's spinning down at about the 37-yard line. So once again for Pittsburgh, it'll be excellent field position with just over a minute to play in the quarter.
Now, the one thing I liked what they did with that series, they moved the quarterback out of the pocket. He had a sprint pass to his left, and he had a receiver, Terrell Jackson, open momentarily on the deep flag route. He just didn't pull the trigger. So one thing that Chaz Anderson needs to do as well, when he gets that opportunity, pull the trigger, throw the ball. Don't worry about it.
Graham is the lone setback. They'll operate now with an H-back, and that is Graham. Ray Graham. Inside the 35 to about the 32-yard line. Jaleel Verser made the tackle for Buffalo.
Yeah, Hubie Graham will be the H-back in this offense.
Of course, he's also the tight end in this offense.
He's the transfer from Illinois. They got a lot of confidence in him.
Here's Graham, right side, a hole. Spins his way down to the 15-yard line. Copeland made the tackle, but right now I think, Coach, Panthers are starting to show a little bit of muscle.
They're feeling pretty good about themselves. They brought Hubie Graham across the formation, and they were able, with the zone play inside, to get the cutback to Graham.
And this is Graham again. He'll pick up maybe 3 as he moves it inside down to about the 13-yard line, stacked up there by Verser and also Wyatt Cahill.
So when you move that tight end across, the linebackers have got to adjust as well. So if they don't adjust right, you've got some problems with gaps.
We have played the first 15 minutes. This is the only score of the first quarter. It was Zach Brown into the end zone, back with more from Heinz Field. Panthers lead 7-0 as we get set to start the second quarter of tonight's football game on ESPN3.com. I'm John Sanders, along with former coach John Bunting. Happy to have you along on this first Saturday of college football. And this is what these teams have been waiting for, John, is a chance to get after somebody besides their own teammates.
Well, first game jitters, obvious for Buffalo. Hey, Pittsburgh's starting to find their way.
Graham dodges one tackle. He'll pick up a yard, maybe two. Not much there. Smith made the tackle, number 54 for the Bulls. And the Panthers make some changes on the fly, going again with the no huddle. Both teams going with that no huddle. It's third down. Graham doing some blocking, but it breaks down right at the 15-yard line. And Sinceri is wrapped up for a loss.
34, Colby Way on the sack for Buffalo.
Colby Way made the sack.
Watch Ray Graham right there. You ought to get out now. Go check down. You're not blocking anybody. Go across the line of scrimmage. Allow Sinceri to dump it to you. You might have made some big yards, maybe even gotten in the end zone.
It's Harper to do the kicking on the field goal team out of the hold of Yakic. Kick is up. It's long enough, but it's no good.
Missed field goal from that range. I watched this young man on tape yesterday. He can really punch that ball, and he gets it up. He has great lift, but he's got to put it through the uprights.
Distance was not a problem. He'll be spotted at the 20, and the Bulls will get it back again. We are underway in the second quarter. You know, I don't care who you are as a coach, you want to get points anytime you can. So the fact that they didn't after a decent drive has got to hurt a little bit.
Well, and the Buffalo defense has got to feel pretty good right now. Their offense has not done very well. They've been punting the ball 3 downs and out, and have only given up a touchdown to date.
Well, they had 2 first downs on their opening drive. And this time you see Chaz Anderson under center. We thought we'd see this a little bit more. Deep back formation. Oliver will get about 5, maybe 6 or 7 yards, and now a flag comes in. Will that go against the Pitt defense?
An injured player going off too for Pitt.
Andre Davis was the player that lost his helmet. And here's the call.
Personal foul. Grabbing the face mask. Defense number 94.
Carrageen is charged with the penalty.
Run. Automatic first down.
So it's 15 yards tacked on, and it's a first down for the Bulls. First time, really, coach, that they've had decent field position.
Opportunity to move the ball, move the change, keep the defense for Buffalo over there on the sideline drinking some Gatorade.
Not much there, right at the line of scrimmage. The Pitt defense stands him up. Roberts made the hit on Oliver. A gain of possibly a yard, and that's it. Second down, long yardage. Two wide receivers split to the near side. Anderson rolls right, looks right, throws right, and incomplete. Not much chance there. Marcus Rivers, number 2, was the intended receiver.
Once again, moving the pocket a little bit to buy a little bit of time for Chaz Anderson.
Brings up a 3rd down and 9.
3rd down coming up for the Bulls.
Take the tight end out and say, let's spread the field with the speedy receivers that caught an awful lot of footballs last year.
Well, you've got Jackson, you've got Rivers, you've got Newts. They're all in there. Their own setback continues to be Brandon Oliver. Here's a blitz by Pittsburgh, and Oliver makes the catch and loses the ball. Scramble is still on the far sideline, and he'll get it back. But it's going to be 4th down.
Screen pass to the defensive right. Terrific job by the linebackers and the ends peeling back, and then a big play over there
14, Ronald Jones goes deep for Pitt.
by number 2, K'Wan Williams.
It'll be Jones deep.
16, Jake Shum back to punt.
Shum will be punting again.
K1 is the boundary corner, and he read that perfectly, came up and made a big play.
Jones will let this one bounce out of bounds. 12 minutes and 11 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Timeout.
We've got a timeout coming. Anderson not able to get anything going for the Bulls. Back with more on ESPN3.com. Panthers have the ball deep in their own territory. First down and 10 at the 15-yard line. Seven to nothing lead for Pitt. Inside handoff. Graham in some trouble, and he's going to go down inside the 10-yard line. Now that one went nowhere fast. Khalil Mack was there defensively.
He is a dramatic player. Watch him bust in. If we get that opportunity to show that again, he comes in and knifes in off a lineman, makes a big play for a loss.
Sinceri looking at a 4 wide receiver formation. He's in some trouble, and he'll have to run. 15, 20. Still on his feet at the 26-yard line, and then he's wrestled down by Richardson. So a good scramble, because that's going to be enough for a first down.
I tell you what, he does not look like a runner. Watch him at the end here. He is just not sure what to do. Terrific job avoiding right there. Now he's upfield. Terrific. Get as much as you can, and then get down. But don't stand up, hang around. You're going to get belted, young man.
It looked like he was waiting for somebody to hit him, didn't it? Nonetheless, the first down. Graham will fall across the 30 out to the 33-yard line. Panthers moving it primarily on the ground, and I think, Coach, that's what we expected to see. We expected to see a lot of running from Pittsburgh, and we've seen it.
Todd Graham, head coach, talked to us the other day. He said, I want to be 66% run.
This time the inside handoff goes to Brown. Pettigrew makes the tackle for the Bulls. Buffalo won their opening game over Bowling Green last year, but that was their only victory of the season. They finished by losing 7 in a row and finishing 1-7 in the MAC Conference. Another first down for Pittsburgh. Ball at the 37. Sinceri will throw, bobbled and incomplete. Intended for Shanahan. He got his hands on it, but could not hang on. So Lester was there defensively for the Bulls. And I like to keep an eye on the clock, because this play is going to be run in about 15 seconds. Sinceri keeps as he pulls it back, finds Graham is tied in. Hubie Graham actually playing the H-back in that formation. Berkshire made the tackle, but not until the Panthers pick up another 1st and 10.
Great run action, run bootleg off it, back to the field, throw the soft ball to Hubie Graham, who comes across behind the line of scrimmage.
Loose football, and I think the Panthers got it back. That time they just did not handle the exchange.
And this was a concern. The timing of running this offense, and they repeat plays. They run they only have 3 or 4 basic runs.
Gaskins fell on it. It'll be 2nd down. Graham is the lone setback. 3 wide receivers in the formation. Play action. Sinceri looking deep down the near sideline and overthrown. Intended for Street, but there was no chance. Johnson was with him defensively for Buffalo. Well, now the Panthers will be looking at a 3rd down and 14.
Panthers, 3rd down, 13 from the 25.
Jones hustled that time to get off the field for Pittsburgh. 3rd down play. Again, a little play action look and a rifle pass caught at the 35-yard line. It went to Hubie Graham again. So Graham making his presence felt. He's got a 1st down inside the 35 at the 34.
Great protection, so Sinceri can step up in the pocket and throw the dart. The easiest pass to throw, which is the vertical route to Hubie Graham.
Ray Graham, not much, maybe a yard, and that's about it. Stack. Sicoli Also, Delonte Wallace was in there defensively for the Bulls. Panthers have had great success against MAC teams. 27-4 all time. The last time they lost was their opener 2008 when they lost at Bowling Green. Sinceri throws it away. Intended for Zach Brown, but he just threw that one to the bench.
This is close to being intentional grounding. He's in the pocket. He's got to get that ball back to the line of scrimmage. It was about 2 or 3 yards behind it.
Lester was over there defensively. Now they'll move Sadler to the right side. Zach Brown is the running back, picking it up for Ray Graham. Stays in to block. Sinceri feels some pressure, rolls right, throws, and Brown actually made the catch. He did stay in to block, didn't he? And then he wound up getting the football.
Slipped out when he had nobody to block. That's what a back has got to do. Check down.
Copeland was there defensively, along with Branch.
Good job in coverage by Buffalo there. No place to go with that football. Runs out of time. It was good protection. Just nowhere to go.
So second field goal attempt coming up for Pitt. This one will be 47 yards. Kevin Harper missed his first opportunity. He booms this one downfield and then misses again. That from 47, and again plenty of leg, coach, but he was just off the target. 7:48. We're midway through the second quarter in Pittsburgh on ESPN3.com. Not a good night for Kevin Harper. He has missed twice from fairly close range. 1st and 10 for Buffalo. The Bulls are hanging around, coach. They're down by just a touchdown.
Well, this young man's missed a couple field goals. He's got plenty of leg. He just hasn't put it through the uprights yet. He's been wide right, wide left.
Oliver the lone setback. Anderson looks, throws, far side, first down. And the Bulls have the first down. Rivers made the catch. He'll move it outside the 40 to the 44-yard line. Kwan Williams came up to make the play. We're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Heinz Field, also home of the Pittsburgh Steelers, for the first Saturday game here on ESPN3. Glad to have you along. Along with Coach John Bunting, I'm John Sanders. Panthers scored on their second possession, but they have been shut down since. And that'll be a tackle for loss right there. Alexa made the tackle on Oliver. Boy, he got in the backfield in a hurry, didn't he?
He came right down, flat down the line of scrimmage. They had the extra back in there, number 41, Corey Knox, to run the power row, but there was no chance to run that ball to the offensive right because the right defensive end, Alexi, he was coming down hard. He was crashing.
Second down and 11. Anderson looks near side. That's outside the inside the 50, down to the 48. Newts made the catch.
It's great timing on this throw and catch. Right in that tight window, in between the linebacker, Todd Thomas, and the field corner, Antoine Reed.
Here comes the blitz. They'll handle it, the throw to the flat on the far side of the field, and that should be enough for the first down. Terrell Jackson made the catch, and he's got it at the 44. 1st and 10. Todd Thomas again defensively for Pittsburgh, but it's a first down for the Bulls. Four receiver formation for the University at Buffalo. Anderson, who ran this offense at Cincinnati, throws and completes it. That's going to be close to another first down. It's Newts again who makes the catch.
Newts is a 6'4" receiver, so if he establishes basketball position on the corner, you throw it high enough, he'll catch it.
You see 8 of 11 so far tonight. Ball at the 33. A good sustained drive so far for the Bulls. First one they've had. They did have 2 first downs on their initial possession, but not much since. Panthers leading by a touchdown. Down the middle, wide open, bobbled and incomplete. Oh my goodness. Young was right there and could not hold on. That had touchdown written all over it.
He splits the secondary here. They are playing a rolled up coverage into the boundary. He had no safety close by. Ed Young is their fastest receiver, but obviously does not have the hands on that particular play to catch the ball.
2nd down 10.
They insert Ed Young to make big plays like that, so they expect it to happen.
Anderson rolls left, throws left. It's incomplete. Flag comes out. That's going to be a penalty against the defense of the Pittsburgh Panthers. Coming over was Antoine Reed, but I think he got there a little late.
He actually had the arm over top of the receiver on his back, and that's what they saw.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 22. The ball will be placed at the spot of the
First
foul.
down. Keeps
Automatic.
the drive going.
Automatic first down.
Now, this is some of what Todd Graham talked to us about mistakes. And that's a costly one there. It gives them a first down.
Well, Pittsburgh having squandered a couple scoring opportunities, it makes it more glaring at this point.
Ball's at the 25. Anderson taking a little more time as he checks out his sideline, counting down to 5 minutes left in the opening half. On the left side of that Panther defensive line, stuffing the play, Aaron Donald leading the way, and it was Brandon Oliver with the carry. They pick up short yardage. Should be 2nd and 7 as we move inside 5 minutes remaining here in the opening half. Panthers show blitz. A little flea flicker action into the end zone, broken up.
A little trickery out of 2 backs, quarterback under center, play action pass, give the ball to the back actually, and then throw it back on the flea flicker. Well covered.
Ollie was there defensively as he went up and battled the Rivers for the catch, and it's incomplete in the end zone.
3rd down and 7.
Well covered by Jared Colley. He is a ball hawking safety, playing the free safety position in this new hybrid defense for Pittsburgh.
First time we've seen the play clock this low, and we were in danger of having something I didn't think we'd see right there.
Timeout.
That's a delay of game
Buffalo.
call.
They're first of the half.
Instead, the Bulls take a timeout. The first called by either team with 4:41 to go, and it was either call timeout or lose 5 yards.
And of course, what's good for Buffalo defense right now is they're getting to rest a little bit.
Heinz Field on a very warm, muggy evening in downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Panthers leading 7-0, but the Bulls looking at 3rd down and about 7. Trying to keep the drive alive. Anderson throwing for the end zone, overthrows the intended receiver. Pass was intended for Newts. Panthers had good coverage defensively on the play. That was Buddy Jackson down there defensively. So now it's 4th down.
Watching tape of the scrimmage they had this summer, you could see that they really like to play bump and run, and we get Buddy Jackson on the big receiver Alex Newts. That's a contest because they're both tall, but Jackson's got these long arms.
Farden will attempt the field goal. It'll be a 40-yard effort. Plenty of length and good. So Buffalo gets on the board. The Panthers helped him out a little bit with a couple of penalties on that drive, but the Bulls are able to take advantage and make it a 4-point game with 4.5 minutes left in the first half.
Well, Peter Farden from Brisbane, Australia knocks it through, and we've got a ball game, a tight ball game.
So the Bulls can celebrate that, and as you mentioned, John, the good thing about that drive, it did keep their defense off the field.
Gives them a break, chance to breathe a little bit, and get a little confidence back, too.
The Panthers did score on their second possession, but that has been it. Buddy Jackson will be deep to receive the kickoff.
You know, we talked a little bit about this, John, about this new offense and understanding it, running it well. And right now, they're a little bit out of sync. They've had some good plays, they've had some not so good plays. I think mostly because of timing issues between quarterback, receiver, and quarterback and runners.
Clark will handle the kickoff. The left footer puts it in the air. Jackson backpedals from about the 1. Got some room. Tried to cut it back to the outside, but he's nailed as he gets to the 25-yard line. So pretty good coverage defensively that time. Fred Branch was there. And Pettigrew as well for the Bulls. So the Panthers will start at their own 25. Remember the first part of this ball game, Coach, they had excellent field position and just didn't take advantage of it.
Exactly. They had to punt the football. Next time they scored, then they've had 2 punts and then 2 missed field goals.
Right. 2 pooch kicks, 1 regular punt. Sinceri feels some pressure and throws it away. Graham was in the vicinity, but it was too tall for him. No chance. Pettigrew was there defensively. Dubois applying some pressure that time to the redshirt junior from Central Catholic High School in Pittsburgh, Tino Sinceri.
He beat Montez Hollins, number 70 there. And there was an open receiver, but Tino had no chance to look downfield.
Graham stays in to block. Flag flies as he's going to make some positive yardage out of it, but we'll see if there's a hold in that backfield.
Looked like a design quarterback draw to me. And it went nowhere. Too much penetration.
Let's see what Todd Ransom has to say about this one.
You know, as an offensive lineman, you want a short set. In other words, not get back off the ball when you want to run a quick draw to either the running back or the quarterback. But you got to get the defensive line to cooperate. They got to rush outside. So you give them the outside, but if somebody comes back inside, they can blow it up.
Jordan Gibbs, the redshirt senior from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, was called for the penalty. Moves it back to the 15-yard line. It'll be second down and 20. 4 receiver formation, and Graham also goes out into a pattern. Sinceri pressure, throws deep down the field, and it's incomplete. Intended for Ray Graham. It's the first one that's, I think, been underthrown. Lester was there defensively for Buffalo.
Lucky to have that one not intercepted.
Well, I tell you what, he is feeling some pressure as Sinceri in that backfield.
No question.
Third down and 20 from their 15.
Pump fake, loose ball. Still loose. Did the Bulls get it?
Fumble.
Or was he at it? Yes, I think he did.
Recovered by Buffalo.
Pressure came from Mack. Skinner got the ball.
The recovering Buffalo defender has his feet out of bounds when he picks it up.
Ruling on the field. It's a forward fumble out of bounds. The defensive team player recovered the fumble out of bounds. We will bring the ball back to the spot of the fumble. 4th down.
Good catch, good call, Coach.
Very fortunate here. If he had reestablished himself in bounds, this is going to be Buffalo ball.
It looks like we're attempting maybe a shovel pass, but you can see his feet are clearly out of bounds when he falls on the ball.
Well, they went backwards about 20 yards, 17, 16 yards to be exact.
The previous play is under further review.
The play is being reviewed. Nick Trainer is the replay official upstairs, but I don't see how you can give them the football, do you?
No, not at all. I don't know if they're going to think that this is an incomplete pass.
There you go.
Either.
It almost looked like he was trying to shovel the ball to Grant.
That could be the only other ruling.
In the meantime, everybody will take a deep breath. I've been keeping an eye on some of the players, and so far so good as far as the cramping situation is concerned on a very hot and humid night. The other factor is there's basically no wind at all in this stadium.
One of the things that I thought about when this game was scheduled at 6 was, and I don't know how much control Todd Graham had over it. I know usually out-of-conference games untelevised, I had control when I was at UNC. I'm not sure if ESPN made a decision here, but 6 o'clock I thought was a great time to play. You and I talked about it earlier because you can get a big crowd here, get them out there tailgating. They can go into town beforehand, they can go into town afterwards, or they can go home if they want to. But right now, this crowd's not being entertained. Well, they're a little frustrated.
They're going to be entertained after the game because they're having a huge fireworks display tonight. So maybe they won't all go home immediately after the game. But so far, the high octane has not been there for Pittsburgh.
They are sputtering right now. And what you would think with a team that runs so many repetitions. And I watched tape yesterday when I flew in from Syracuse doing the game with Wake Forest on Thursday night. I flew in there and went right to the facility, and I started watching tape of their scrimmage, one of their ladder scrimmages, and I decided, I'm going to stay for this whole thing. I don't watch this. It's 1 hour. It's 2 hours. It's 40 plays. It's 80 plays. It's 120 plays. I said, all right, he's not going to get me. Coach Graham's not going to get me. I'm going to stay here and watch it all. Well, he got me. I got through 4 hours. I had to go. I had to get out of there. So they have, my point is, they have repped these plays over and over again, particularly the run plays, and they're not really getting it done right now. I'm going to expect better things out of them in the second half. But right now, they've got to get through the first. 3:48 on the clock, and they should give Buffalo good field position here.
Well, you've got to hand it to the Bulls a little bit because a big crowd, big school, big-time matchup for another MAC team against Pitt of the Big East. Of course, the Panthers, I mentioned, were the favorites last year, but 2 games cost them. They lost at UConn, and they lost here at Heinz Field to West Virginia, and that eliminated them as far as the Big East Championship was concerned.
Seems to me the one thing that they couldn't do here at Pitt under Dave Wannstedt's tenure is win the Big East. Contended, but didn't win it. You and I have talked about some of the recruiting. They've got a load of redshirt players here. This is a great place to recruit, especially linemen in this Pittsburgh area. I just think this is a great place to go to school.
After further review, the quarterback threw the ball forward, making it an incomplete pass. It will be 4th down and 20 on the 15-yard line. With the game clock operator, please set the game clock to 3:54.
So we'll put some time back on the clock, and you saw the little shovel attempt that time by Sinceri.
That's why I like replay. And the college guys have been doing it now for quite some time. They're getting better at it, and they're reviewing every play. So there was no need to challenge or anything like that. That was a good call. I like it.
Special teams unit is on the field. Terrell Jackson is back. Yaklik will do the punting for Pittsburgh from deep in their own territory. End over end kick. Jackson feels it at the 43-yard line. Tries to go far sideline. Here come the flags. No return for Jackson. And the penalty is going to go against Buffalo, I believe.
Wanted to run a wall return, but you can't block in the back. If you can't get him clean, pass him up, go to the next level.
Well, that will back him up.
So what could have been a good field position, John. They're going babackwards.
Well, that's what Pittsburgh did in its
During
last
the return,
possession.
Illegal block in the back. Number 28 on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st down.
They were setting up a wall return. They didn't get the lead defender, and they had to block him illegally. You've got to pass that guy up and go to the next level. Turn and go to the next level.
Striggles was called for the penalty. 7-3. If you're surprised, Pittsburgh about a 30-point favorite. Back goes the football to the Bulls. Oliver in the backfield, along with Anderson.
They have been in more traditional two-back than they were ever last year, and that must be a function of the new offensive coordinator, Alex Wood.
But it's usually this guy, Oliver, who carries the ball. Primarily when Knox is in the game, he's in there to block people. Tries the left side, nothing there. Lindsey and Carrageen stack it up for Pitt. Oliver, a redshirt sophomore from Miami, Florida, getting all of the work running the football tonight for the Bulls.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen Javon Gill in there. Javon Gill, I should say. 21.
Play fake. Anderson rolls right, throws on the run, and a sliding catch is made on the near sideline, but out of bounds on the play was Newts.
Intended for 19, Alex Newts.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Pitt doing some down and distance substitution. And it's 3rd and long. I guarantee you that Andrew Taglianetti is going to be in the game.
He is. He's lined up right behind the defensive lineman.
Don't be surprised if he shoots some gap to go after the quarterback.
It's Taglianetti right at the 42-yard line. He drops back in coverage. The catch is made, and that's good for a 1st down to the 45. Newts made the catch. And Jackson, Buddy Jackson, was there defensively.
Good timing throw on the inside slant to the outside receiver. Good job by Chaz Anderson.
And you mentioned it right at the start. They've got some good receivers on this team.
They do, and they're fast, and they're big. Newts is 6'4". Marcus Rivers is 6'5". The smallest one is Jackson, 6'0".
Here comes the blitz. And the catch is made inside the 50. Spinning his way down inside the 45 is Marcus Rivers.
He had 50 catches last year.
Lindsey there defensively, but right now possession passing for Buffalo. They've got a 1st. The ball's at the 43.
Short game.
Just over 2 minutes left in the opening half. And you can see the Bulls now, coach, taking a little more time before snapping the ball.
You've got Ed Young in the game. He's the speedster.
4 receivers in this formation for Buffalo. Anderson will run down to the 36-yard line. Chaz chased out of bounds.
See, they sent Ed Young vertical again. He's eaten up the secondary, which will help with some underneath routes. Chaz Anderson decided, hey, you know, everybody's gone. I will just take this ball down and run.
And he made 7 yards on the play. 2nd and 3. A little bit of a delay to Oliver, and he's going to be drilled by Alexi. Alexi was right there in his lap, no place to go. Less than 2 minutes remaining in the half. And Alexi wants to come out. No, he doesn't.
He says, I want to come out. No, I don't. It's 3rd down. I want to stay in there, coach.
A 7-3 lead for the Panthers, who scored early in this game and have done nothing offensively since. Nice deflection on the defensive side of the ball. That was Williams who stuck his hand in there, knocked it away. So it'll be 4th down.
K'Wan Williams, he is a sticky cornerback right there. Matched up on that slant pass again.
And the hit was supplied by Taglianetti. That's the way his dad used to hit defensemen on the ice for the Pittsburgh Panthers.
4th down and 3.
It is 4th down and 3.
They're going to let this clock run, call timeout, make some decisions.
Buffalo,
125 to go.
That is their 2nd of the half.
That'll be their 2nd timeout. The Panthers Panthers a chance to catch their breath as well as the Bulls with 1 minute and 25 seconds to play in the first half.
This is a 30-second timeout.
That it's this close?
Yes, I am. I am surprised at the sluggish start of the Pitt offense. They have had opportunities. They've had some people open, haven't connected between quarterback and receiver. They've had a couple missed field goals, but they have become sluggish in the second quarter.
How much does the heat have to do with that?
May have some, but this, once again, this is a offensive line and receivers and tight ends and running backs that have run plays after. I mean, they're doubling the output of what normal offenses do in course of practice over the entire training camp. So you would think that they would be in great condition to play in any kind of weather.
Well, the offensive coordinator is Alex Wood, who almost, in fact, he had been hired to be an assistant here.
Yeah, we heard that the other day on the phone call, and of course, unforeseen circumstances occurred. I think that Pitt is lucked out. They've got a good coach here, Todd Graham. That's a great play right there.
He'll be down at the 1-yard line.
Oh, he smoked him.
Buffalo downs the punt at the 1.
So the Panthers will start from their own 1-yard line. That was Striggles, who's been called for a couple of penalties, who made that catch at the 1-yard line off the special team.
This is what you do when you're a flyer, an outside gunner or a receiver coming downfield. You see the guy faking, the punt returner faking fair catch and moving away. You go find the football. Ignore what the punt returner is doing. Ignore him and go find the football. Terrific down on the run.
Graham just does get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up a yard on the play.
Because you don't know what's going to happen down here.
That's right.
You could fumble the snap. You could easily trap a runner from behind. If I was Buffalo right now, I'd be thinking about shooting a linebacker, crashing a defensive end to see if I can knock the legs out of a runner and get him in the end zone, pick up 2 points.
Might be the first time tonight we've seen Mark Jubilato as a fullback, number 43, playing in front of Ray Graham as they go to a little power football, just trying to get it away from the goal line.
That would be disastrous to have a safety here. Of course, we're under center now with Sunsera.
Graham spins for a couple, makes his way out to about the 4-yard line. Khalil Mack, number 46.
Buffalo's going to use their last time out here, John.
Well, they know they've got a good chance to get it back. This is going to be 3rd down and long yardage.
Pitt will keep it on the ground and just run the clock out.
Graham with 52 yards rushing so far tonight.
Timeout. Buffalo. That is their final timeout of the half.
Saved that last one.
The game clock operator.
They have another one right
Please
here
put 34
after that great punt and
seconds
downing of the ball.
on the game clock.
Because Pitt, all they need to do is hand the ball off. So
34 seconds remaining in the half. It will be 3rd down for Pittsburgh. What do you expect to see from the Panthers in the second half that we haven't seen in the first half?
Better execution. That's what it comes down to. I think that's going to be the chit chat in that locker room. And, there's no need to get upset or yell and scream. It's a matter of doing what you've been taught to do. Stay calm, come out here and have a great second half.
3rd and 8. It's Graham, and he runs into a wall. He'll get nothing. Well, the Bulls beginning to feel it a little bit on defense. And part of the credit for their play on defense has to go to the offense because they stayed on the field for a while.
Helped them get some confidence, helped them gain their breath, and maybe a little bit of composure.
And that is going to do it as the clock winds down.
And they're huddling up here on the sideline, the whole Pittsburgh team. Interesting here. Coach Graham has got them in a huddle right down there near the 50-yard line on the 45. Said, hey, boys, before you go off at halftime, I want to talk to you.
Jeff Quinn, meantime, goes to the locker room. He's got to feel pretty good about it because his team is down 7-3. We played 30 minutes of football. More to come here on ESPN3. So stay with us at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. The band is on the field. The Panthers were favored by a ton, but they lead it only 7-3 as we bring you college football presented by Sprint from Heinz Field in downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm John Sanders along with John Bunting. Happy to have you along tonight. This is just the start of the season for these two teams. There's a lot more to go, obviously. It'll be a while before the Panthers get to conference play, and you look at what's coming up. They'll be right back here next Saturday against Maine, a little earlier start. Then it gets tougher because you've got a road trip to Iowa, you've got Notre Dame at home, and then the fun begins with Big East play and the University of South Florida. Those are three tough games.
They really are, and you know, they don't know exactly who they are right now. You only learn that as you go along and play. But certainly the importance of in-conference play is paramount for them to make progress this year. Can they compete for the Big East crown? Not based on what I've seen, but there are a lot of teams in this league that can get beat, and they want to be one of the best ones here. They've got, I believe, superior talent.
And for the University at Buffalo, let's check out their schedule, is what's ahead for the Bulls. And it's not easy either. Next week it's Stony Brook, and then at Ball State, and then UConn, and they've got a road trip, a tough one, down to Tennessee.
Yeah, well, these are two games. These are what they call bye games. They're going to travel to these sites to play a Pitt. They got to travel to go play Tennessee. Those games can be anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000 to $1 million sometimes. So these help the programs. That's why Buffalo chooses to play these games, and it also makes their team better.
And it's true up and down the MAC conference if you look at it, and it all started today because a bunch of MAC teams were in action against outstanding programs. Akron falling at Ohio State 42-0. Missouri beats Miami. Alabama beating up on Kent State. And they've had a couple of delays in that game in Michigan, and Western Michigan trailing by 24. They had to clear the stadium during a second weather delay. And I did a game once in West Virginia where they did the same thing. You said, you people got to take cover. There's too much lightning going on.
Well, but you play this great game of football in all the elements, but not in lightning.
We're at halftime. We continue with our coverage on ESPN3. It's the Panthers leading 7-3, much closer than a lot of people anticipated. But we have another 30 minutes of football to go. We'll be back to talk more about our first half of play when we continue on ESPN3. News here at Heinz Field. The Panther Band has finished its halftime show. They'll be drinking some water because they're in full uniform on a very hot night. Speaking of the weather, we mentioned the game at Michigan delayed by weather twice. They cleared the stadium the second time. That also happened today at Iowa and at Notre Dame. So it just could be, Coach Bunting, that some storms are on their way to this part of the country.
You would think so with all the water around here at Three Rivers. Getting some of that bad weather. It's no fun to see the lightning come.
Mentioned those games all delayed and the stadium cleared because of the lightning and the wind and the thunder that they had. Heinz Field is right along the Allegheny River, and the Monongahela comes in the other direction. So we're right at the mouth of what turns out to be the Ohio River with our location.
Right now we got a little storm going here with the Pitt Panther football team, and you know we're looking at a game that could be a lot different if we'd had two conversions with the field goals, and when Devin Street was running down the middle of the field wide open on 3rd and 3, a perfect time to throw a play action pass, which they did, and Kino Sunseri just overthrew him. That would have been an easy 7 points. You know, Dan Hutchins was the kicker last year. He was 18 for 25, 42 long. He was 9 for 10 between 30 and 39, 2 for 5 from 40 to 49. But Kevin Harper, the new kicker, who has plenty of leg, has been wide right from 32 and wide left from 47.
Our exclusive presentation of ESPN3 College Football presented tonight by Sprint. We will continue with halftime, getting set for quarter number 3. 7-3 game. The Panthers have the lead. Back to our exclusive presentation of ESPN3 College Football presented by Sprint. And there's more to come in the exclusive category on ESPN3. Take a look ahead. The Pittsburgh Panthers will be right back on ESPN3 next weekend as they host the Black Bears from the University of Maine. Wofford, Clemson, Florida State on at 6 o'clock. Temple, Akron. These games are all exclusive to ESPN3 next weekend. Oregon State at Bowling Green. Navy, Western Kentucky. Memphis, Arkansas State. And UConn taking care of, they're trying to take care of Vanderbilt. So those games are all exclusive next Saturday right here on ESPN3. So it's a full schedule of games, including tonight, but the Panthers tonight have to be a bit disappointed.
I would say so. You know, they're on schedule, run 43 plays. They want to run 85 per game, but they are not on schedule in terms of yards. They've held Ray Graham to under 4 yards per carry. He averaged 6.2. They're both 2 for 9 on third down conversions, and they have the same amount of penalties. Both have 3, but they have just not made yards. They have staggered around at times offensively, and I think that's all about timing and working this offense out for real against another team.
Of course, the thing you have to keep in mind, you were talking about practice. Let's look at some first half highlights. There were not many for either team. This is the only score of the opening half.
There were other opportunities, but they just did not push it, put it in the end zone. We had a missed field goal. That's the long one. That's the 47-yarder to the left. Not off by much. That guy's got a big league leg. If he just put it in the middle someplace, he's going to kick a lot of field goals. He has great lift. He has great length.
You mentioned it. He overcompensated a bit on the. Just about ready to begin the second half of play. 30 minutes in the books. Not much happening for the Panthers. They lead it 7-3 over the Bulls of the University at Buffalo. Statistically, also not a lot to talk about here, Coach. Panthers with 168 yards. Bulls had 119, but a lot of that yardage for Buffalo came on their last 2 possessions.
Well, which is good for them. They can go into halftime and say, hey, we're starting to move the ball. You guys just hang in there defensively. We're in this football game 7-3. Anybody can win, but I think Todd Graham, goes in and does not go against his personality, which is high energy, positive, teaching this team what it takes to win. Very positive and upbeat. I believe that Pitt is going to play a lot better in the second half.
No, we're about to find out. And keep in mind the Panthers will be kicking off to begin the third quarter of play. There is Todd Graham. Was an assistant at East Central in West Virginia, also at Tulsa. Then he moved to Rice for a year and back to Tulsa as the head coach.
36-17 at Tulsa. 4 years, 3 bowl games. Took Rice to their first bowl game as a head coach. First bowl game in 45 years. So this guy's experienced success. He's a successful football coach. And from everything I've heard, he's a positive, upbeat guy. He went in that locker room and said, hey, let's settle down. Let's go score some points in the second half.
It'll be Lester and Jackson deep for the Bulls. They'll get the football to start the third quarter of play. Handling the kickoff is Kevin Harper. And in Pittsburgh, quarter number 3 is underway. Jackson from the 3. Puts his head down as he gets across the 15 to about the 18-yard line.
From the 4-yard line.
That time about a 16-yard return of the opening kickoff to put it right at the 20 for first and 10.
53 goes to Betts.
You know, one of the things you talked about, John, was the fact that they needed to possess the football to keep their defense off the field, and they did a better job of that in the second quarter.
Absolutely, they did. And it should give them some confidence coming back out here on the field. But Buffalo, you know, they've only been in Division I for 12 years as a football program. 12 years.
Turner Gill was the coach here, and Turner Gill did a terrific job with this program.
It's a young football program. Jeff Quinn, high energy guy himself.
Oliver fights his way across the 25, a gain of about 6 on the play before he's dropped by Max Gruder, one of the inside linebackers, along with Shane Gordon.
Straight ahead inside zone. Nice job seeing the crease.
And we're also seeing more of Anderson under center rather than in the shotgun. He's got Oliver behind him. Wide receivers to either side. And Oliver will fight forward to almost a first down. Again, it's Gruder who trips him up. Might have to measure this one. It's going to be close. Oh, they're going to give it to him.
Terrific job by Oliver cutting that ball back, using his eyes to play football, which is, as a runner and a linebacker, those are the most important things for you to play well, is eyes.
Now, which one of those signal callers is the real one? From the 30, 1st and 10 for Buffalo.
There's usually 3 guys, and one of them's live and the other 2 are dead.
3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. And again, it's Oliver slicing through across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Another good pickup. It's Hendricks, one of the safeties who makes the tackle for Pittsburgh.
Big difference in philosophy offensively this year is run vertically as opposed to horizontally running the outside stretch. They have been greasing Pittsburgh here to start the second half.
2nd down and 3. Anderson has the play from the sideline. Play clock at 10. We haven't seen that much. Oliver leans for a first down, and he's going to be close again. Carrageen and Gordon teaming up defensively for Pittsburgh.
Now, once again, with Brandon Oliver carried the ball 14 times in the first half, and he's carried it 4 straight times here. I'd like to see if they're going to have a Javon Gill in there at one point. He's an even bigger back.
Yeah, Oliver's only 5'8", so he's not real big.
200 pounds, though.
Quick out to the far side. And running out of bounds that time is Marcus Rivers.
That's number 2, Marcus Rivers.
Well, Chaz Anderson does not possess a great arm, but he has touch. Throws this ball out there immediately, throws it over top of the dropping Brandon Lindsey, number 7. He is the boundary outside linebacker. Occasionally he drops. Many times he plays on the line of scrimmage and will rush the quarterback.
Another good pickup of 7 yards. Anderson rolling right, fires it for a first down. That's Rivers with it, and he'll circle around inside the 35-yard line before he's tripped up. So a nice catch, good run. Reed finally got him by the ankles, but not before he picked up a big yardage situation, and the Bulls look pretty sharp to start the third quarter.
The Panthers will get him on the run here. There's another one of these pass plays where they have Lindsey into the boundary dropping, and he does not pick up the receiver. His zone coverage, he doesn't feel the receiver, doesn't see the receiver. It's pitch and catch between Chaz Anderson and Marcus Rivers.
Big gain there down to the Panther 30-yard line. So the Bulls driving to, there's a fumble. And did the Panthers get it in time before it went out of bounds?
I do not think so, John. It'll be 2nd down.
Alexa was there. Lindsey also putting on the pressure that time against the quarterback.
Inside move by Alexi frees him up to penetrate inside and slap that ball out. Just nobody there to recover it.
2nd down and about 12 for the Bulls, who are driving to start this third quarter. Remember, they won the toss, deferred to the second half, and they've controlled it so far in the first 4 minutes.
Oliver sacked up in the middle.
Mosley Smith was there defensively along with Roberts for the Panthers as they stack it up right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a yard, and that's about it.
Certainly Buffalo would like to control this clock a little bit as they start there, send a message, but they'd like to score some points here. They need it about 4, 5, 6 more yards. Even if they don't get the first here, they'd like to at least take a shot at picking the field goal.
You saw K.K. Smith come off the field. He's another native of the Pittsburgh area, played at Woodland Hills and one of the powerhouses in Quad A football.
Well, the fast break offense had to take a break.
They'll take a break. We'll take a break. 10.5 minutes to go, third quarter. The Bulls have had the ball throughout this third quarter. To college football on ESPN3, presented by Sprint. Big play right here. 3rd down and 11 at the 31-yard line. Little screen, it's intercepted. The Panthers pick it off. Alexa has it. They'll track him down from behind, but he's back to the 20. Boy, you just can't afford a mistake there.
You know, after a timeout, in my opinion, is not a time to run a screen. Particularly, they know that Pittsburgh is probably going to pressure. But I tell you what, this Chaz Alexa, he just read this thing perfectly, stayed back, and unfortunately, Chaz Anderson threw it right to him. There was no chance for that screen to go anyplace.
Well, let's see if the Panthers can turn the first turnover of the night into some points. They've got a good chance from the 20-yard line. First down and 10 following the Alexi interception. Here's Graham, cuts it back, 15, 10, down to about the 3-yard line. That's the kind of running we expected to see from Graham. Jaleel Verser had to make the tackle. Boy, this could really turn this game around, couldn't it?
Momentum swings. You got a handle them. They happen all game long.
Now we have the injured player is Isaac Baugh. Let's take another look from behind.
That once again is what they call the power play, the off guard pulls. They had a crackback block. Opened up a seam out there on the perimeter.
And you could see where Baugh got tangled up in trying to make the tackle, and he's the player that's down near the 5-yard line. Now the Panthers with a golden opportunity, first and goal from the 3-yard line. The big interception by Alexi has turned this game completely around. Let's take another look as he is going backwards.
When you take a knee or a foot to the side of the helmet, that's when these concussions happen.
And it was his own player.
I can know from personal experience that is a tough way to take it. A thigh, a knee, a foot to the side of the head. Back to Alexi. I tell you what, if Pitt has a win here, and they certainly can, there is going to be a lot of guys in that meeting room watching him rumble down that sideline with that ball in his hands. Players love to have fun with that in the meetings. Big play for that young man.
And they're going to ask him, how come he didn't score on that play?
Come on, stiff arm somebody.
It's the first turnover of the night.
Redshirt senior. Excuse me. That's yes, he's a redshirt senior out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Chaz Alexi.
Looks like they're holding his arm, so maybe he got kicked in the arm rather than in the head.
Panthers.
Anyway, the Panthers back to work. First and goal from the 3-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Graham spins away from one and scoots into the end zone. They had a chance to get him initially. Khalil Mack could not hang on.
The best football player right there, Khalil Mack. He had him in the backfield, dead to rights, but no matchup for Ray Graham one-on-one. He's strong. 5'9", 195 pounds. Watch him keep the legs going, keeping his balance, knocking it in. Well, that's a turnaround. Buffaloes look like they're going down and possibly score, at least maybe try a field goal, and all of a sudden it's 6 points going the other way.
Panthers taking advantage of the interception and now trying to tack on the extra point. Harper, who's missed 2 field goals tonight, almost kicked that one into the river. 14-3, the Panthers expand the lead after the interception sets it up. Graham finishes the scoring drive. The Panthers, thanks to his effort, have opened it up 14-3. Ray Graham, the Panthers leading 14-3 now as they prepare to kick off. Jackson and Lester are the deep men for the Bulls. Harper will handle the kickoff. That's Jackson on the far side. 15-20. looking for space, and he'll get out near the 24-yard line.
From the 5 out to the 24-yard line.
So about a 19-yard return on the kickoff. The Bulls will set it up. I guess the question is, at this point, after the shocking interception and the quick touchdown, can they rebound mentally?
Well, once again, that's what you got to handle as a football player and a football team. There's momentum swings all throughout the football game. They happen. You got to be able to handle it and move on. You got to view it as another opportunity here. They had a missed opportunity there to get some points. Now they got another opportunity.
And again, Anderson taking more time, getting his offense ready. Play clock inside 15 seconds. And the blocking back in there's the fullback Knox. It's the guy deep in the I formation. Carrying the football again is Oliver. He has done basically all of the work here in the third quarter.
Every bit of it.
Perigine made the tackle for Pittsburgh. And now they take the fullback out of this formation. Set the tight end to the right. That's Jimmy Gordon. And once again, it's Oliver. Oliver 64 yards on 21 carries. Short toss, completion. And the first down as he tight ropes his way out to about the 40-yard line. But Jackson still has enough for the first down for the Bulls.
The bootleg with the guard out front. Terrific throw on the run against his body there as he's going to his left, throwing across his body, I should say. That's a hard throw.
From the 37-yard line, first down for the Bulls. Oliver knifed down that time by Williams, who went for his ankles, holds him to a gain of maybe 1. Clock rolling, 8:50 to play, third quarter. A turnover sets the Panthers up. They take advantage to increase their lead to 14-3.
A lot of snaps under center. We were told that they would do that, and we've gotten primarily most of their snaps under center tonight.
In this formation, they've got 3 wideouts, which is normal for them. And as always, it's just Brandon Oliver as the lone setback. Here comes the blitz far side, and they handle it nicely. They get about 8 yards on the play. Nice catch by Jackson.
Good
job by the quarterback, seeing the pressure coming from the field. He had a safety and a linebacker coming. He saw it. Quick throw, 3-step passing, rhythm throw to the inside slant.
Third and short for the Bulls. This drive is nearing midfield. There's that short pass. Again, what we saw in the first half, he hits the tight end that time. Jimmy Gordon, first catch for him tonight, but basically, for the most part, possession type pass.
Absolutely right now. They're blitzing a linebacker. He's what you might call a side adjust. I'm getting rid of the ball. I don't have anybody to block that guy, so I better get the ball out.
Oliver really fighting for that yard to get to the 40 and pick up about 8. Tackle by Lindsey.
32, Tristan Roberts, tackle for the Panthers. But that's a gain of 7. Second down, 3.
Again, Anderson hesitating, taking a look to his bench as they signal in the formations and the plays. 4 receivers in this formation. Anderson, he tried a little touch pass. You can see some complaining by Rivers. He thought that he was held up trying to go downfield by Williams, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a poor release by Rivers. That's cover 2. You cannot release inside. You've got to force the defender to allow you to go outside. You can't throw that pass, that deep ball inside. It's going to get picked off.
3rd and 3 from the 40. The ball on the Pittsburgh side of the field. Anderson 15 of 24 with that one costly interception. Oliver fighting for the first down, and I think he's got it. Roberts makes the tackle for Pittsburgh.
Good for the Bulls. First
That
down.
will move the chains.
Here's the pulling guard. He follows him right from behind. Here comes the safety up, shooting the gap. Can't make the tackle. That Jason Hendricks. He's going to make that play. He left his feet. Could have had the play at the line of scrimmage, but Oliver falls forward. Tough running by that 5'8", 200-pound sophomore.
From the 36, first down throw and grab
Complete.
for about 5
Number
yards.
5, Jackson.
Once again, it's Jackson who makes the catch for a short
Antoine
gain.
Reed.
They have not really looked downfield at all.
Not at all at this point. Number 10's in the game. That is Ed Young. He's the speedster. He's the inside player of the 3-receiver set.
He's on that same side with Jackson and Newts. Oliver continues to be the lone setback. Anderson will go from the gun. Second down and 6. Anderson's going to keep it. He's got a first down and wisely steps out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
Smart play by the quarterback. He saw an opening. I'm going to make some yards here. I'm going to pick up a first down. Keep the chains moving.
Gain of 13.
Picked up 13 yards on that carry. First down for the Bulls at the 19. Another good drive here in the third period of play. They've had 2 already. Anderson, another short pass, completion, first down. Inside the 10, maybe down to about the 7-yard line. That's Alex Newts who made the catch. This is the same Buffalo offense we saw in the first half.
I tell you what. Spacing routes by Buffalo to the side of the move quarterback. It's a short throw. It's an easy throw. I'm surprised Pittsburgh hasn't tried to lock up a little bit more man-to-man with these guys.
Bulls have it, first and goal. 12th play of the drive. Oliver dragged down as he gets to about the 2. Lindsey was there defensively.
I can see why Corey Knox was hired to become the fullback in this 2-back offense. He moved out that linebacker.
Now that's his job. He's not going to carry the ball. He's there to knock people down.
He moved him out on that lead play to the outside.
We mentioned Coach Quinn, an assistant at Cincinnati, Central Michigan, and also Grand Valley State, taking over in his second season where below this play did.
Todd Graham was down to the 8-yard line trying to get a timeout.
Timeout.
He's got some quickness, that coach does.
They're first of the half.
Well, he got it. He got the timeout.
I don't know how, but he did. He was down all the way out of that box, which ends at the 25-yard line. He was down to the 8.
And you can tell he is not happy right now with his defense.
This is a 30-second timeout.
Keith Patterson, the defensive coordinator, is rather animated down there, too.
Absolutely. 4:27 to go, third quarter.
Here he comes.
Yeah, he's hey, on the field.
Somebody, please listen to me, will you?
He was at about the 10 when he finally got the timeout. The ball itself is at the 2. Second down and goal. Now, how important would it be for the Bulls to punch this in?
Well, absolutely. It would be a huge confidence builder. But right now, what we saw at the end of the second quarter, or the second quarter on, actually, for Pittsburgh, we saw a sluggish offense. Now we're seeing a sluggish defense. With a big play by Alexi. But other than that, Buffalo's been moving the ball.
I was going to say, that's really the difference in the game right now.
Yes, it is.
Panthers trying to dig in. Second and goal for the Bulls. Anderson resets the offense. Play clock at 10. Panther fans trying to get into it. Here's Anderson reaching for the end zone. Got it. Touchdown.
Anderson beats. Touchdown.
2-yard touchdown by Chaz Anderson. And the Bulls celebrate because they jumped right back in this football game.
Faking the zone, pulling it out. Chaz Anderson, the experienced, mature quarterback. Watch him dive in the inside, The end crashed down just enough for him to pull it out and go in for the score.
And Hargrove could not get there. He was by him, reached out, got it in the end zone.
You can't be tentative on that play. You got to take the dive or not, and the linebacker has to jump out and take the quarterback.
And
one or the other.
They're going to review this play, I assume, to make sure that he was in the end zone.
Indisputable video evidence to overturn, folks. 13 plays, 76 yards. I will doubt this will be overturned. Let's see if his knee touches. It does. Now, where's the ball?
He's stretching with the ball. The official on the far side of the
They may
field.
put this on like the 2-inch line. I can't tell exactly where it would be, but if they did, that would be a good call. That's the good part of replay.
His knee comes down there just as he's reaching for the end zone. So I'm not sure if they can overturn that or not.
Be hard to do. Hard to do it. Indisputable video evidence.
Chaz Anderson, the transfer from Cincinnati, ran this wide open offense there. Although here in the second half, I don't think you can call it wide open. They've gone from the shotgun, but they pretty much.
Review, the ruling on the field stands. It is a touchdown.
Well, I didn't think you could overturn it on what we saw, right?
Yes, exactly.
So it stands. Point after coming up.
Peter Farden for the point after.
Farden will try the extra point. Jake Schramm, the punter, is the holder. Tim Krantz, the long snapper. And everything worked in unison that time for the PAT.
Back in the game.
The Buffalo Bulls come right back. It was a terrific drive, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Running the football a little, some possession passing, some very smart running by the quarterback, some good blocking by our guy Corey Knox. In addition to our depth chart earlier today, right, John?
Right.
You alerted me to. I said, who the heck is this guy? You know.
And don't forget to join us on the great long Bettis' drill.
13 plays, 76 yards.
5:39 off the clock. And for the most part, except for about 3 plays, they have dominated the third quarter.
I mean, this is remarkable what Buffalo has done today, to this date. I mean, to this time, to have this offensive line that's been juggled, that has had injuries. It's a young offensive line to begin with. They got a true freshman from Canada who came in January playing left guard. They're just doing a good job. They're accepting coaching. They are taking their time at the line of scrimmage to call the right play, get the right blocking, and they're doing a terrific job.
Into the end zone, and he is going to run it out. That surprised me a little bit, but he's going to get positive yardage beyond the 20 to the 25. Corey Davis, he had to be about 8 yards into the end zone, didn't he? He didn't hesitate. Hey, I got a chance to return one. I'm going to do it. Now let's see how the Panthers respond.
Let's see if they can turn the mojo around here. They had a short field the first possession of this second half and scored.
Set up by the Alexi interception and brought it back to the 20 of Buffalo, and wide open, making the catch is Street. He'll have a first down near the 38-yard line.
Simply a flare by the back, and watch, if you get a chance here, the receiver is going to stop, and then he's going to cut inside the defender to break the zone out and get the completion.
Number 1, Ray Graham carried.
Graham carried. Branch made the tackle for Buffalo. And the Panthers trying to reestablish some ball control here.
42 Branch on the stop for the Bulls.
Branch, who made the tackle, is down. That may be our first cramp of the night. That'll give Sinceri a chance to come over to his bench. the high-octane offense has pretty much been missing tonight for Pittsburgh. 2 short touchdown runs accounting for their 14 points. But after the interception pretty much handed the Panthers their second score. It was the Bulls who came right back.
Well, what this offense needs is some rhythm. Once again, they disguise 3 or 4 or 5 runs, base runs, with motions and formations, shifts. That's what they do over and over again. They want to run the ball, but they want to do it out of different formations. And the quarterback is responsible for taking a look at the front, seeing where the linebackers line up, how many players are in that box. He makes a head count and then decides whether he's going to run, where he's going to run, or if he's going to pass.
18 carries, 81 yards so far for Graham. They fake the inside handoff and throwing on the run. The pass is caught. Well, the Panthers again with positive yardage.
Boot to the field. Bootleg pass to the field. UB Graham. That's why they brought him in here. Catch. Good athlete.
Play carries to the Buffalo 35.
Ball at the 35-yard line. The Panthers trying to come back. This is Graham. Got a man in front. And he's hit hard as he gets to about the 27-yard line. Copeland came up to tag him.
Watch the block on the edge by Graham. They slant inside with the lineman. He just carries him inside. The lineman pulls around. The lead blocker makes it easy for Graham.
Graham will be dragged down at the 25. It should be enough for a first down.
First down.
It is the first down for the Panthers at the 25. Kobe Way made the tackle for the Bulls. The Panthers on the move now. The quick out, nothing there. Sadler is wrapped up quickly, and he's not had many touches tonight because Roger Johnson was right there to make the tackle.
Terrific play. He read this. It was the ex-receiver screen trying to pull Hubie Graham out to get the block, but he was so tight on the coverage, Graham couldn't get there to make the block.
Loss of 3. Sadler is the motion man. And wide open, making the catch at the 15 and trying to get away from some trouble that time is Shanahan, who dives for the end zone. He's going to be ruled out at about the 5-yard line. Houston ran him out, but Shanahan with a nice catch and run for Pittsburgh.
And you look here, this is once again a spacing route against zone. Terrific block by Graham right there to spring him for about 8 more yards.
And here comes the other Graham, Ray Graham, into the end zone with his second rushing touchdown. Had one from the 2. This one comes from the 5. So Pittsburgh answers. This thing has opened up a little bit here in the third quarter, huh?
Well, I tell you what, Buffalo did a terrific job managing that offense, getting down the score and taking a lot of clock. And here's what Todd Graham wants. He wants to score in a hurry. He wants this offense to click, and that showed me right there on that drive what they are capable of doing, and that's what he wants. That's what Coach Graham wants. That's what he was talking about at halftime. Let's go out and do our thing.
Sinceri 14 of 25 for 142 yards. The point after is up and through. Second touchdown of the third quarter for Ray Graham. The Panthers make it 21-10 in the final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Big hole there, huh? No problem for Graham on that play.
Same play they scored on, very similar to what they scored on the first quarter of the game. Once again, the quarterback goes up the line of scrimmage, takes a look at the defensive front, and then calls the blocking scheme. We're gonna run this ball on air because there's no linebacker in that B gap in between the offensive guard and the offensive tackle. We're gonna run it right in there.
Coach Graham has got to be a little bit happier. 8 plays, 74 yards, 2:29 off the clock. Panthers have had it twice here in the third quarter and have scored both times. And both times it was Graham who carried it in for the touchdown. Lester and Jackson are deep for the Bulls. Harper to kick off.
4, Courtney Lester. 5, Terrell Jackson. 8 for the Bulls.
That's Jackson. A little bit of room as he gets across
Jackson,
the 35 to about the 36-yard
line.
line. About a 25-yard return. Trabitz made the tackle on the special team. So Trabitz picks up the tackle on the play.
Terrell Jackson was a great return man for Buffalo last year. He is a 6'2", 200-pound senior. He's not a little guy, he's a big guy.
Now Knox, the fullback, shifts out of the way. And it is in the backfield, Brandon Oliver, who has done a lot of hard work here in this third quarter. Anderson, another short pass, another catch by Fred Lee.
Flag down.
18, Fred Lee. Flag on the play.
They have enough for a first down, but we'll have to see what the penalty is all about. 1:41 to play third quarter. Panthers have scored twice, one of them set up by the interception, and then a nice drive of 70+ yards for the Panthers to get on the scoreboard again.
Chaz Anderson going up to the line of scrimmage. He sees that
Going to
cornerback
run,
playing off.
Personal foul. Grabbing the face mask. Number 2 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. Added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
You know, it seems to me like there's the reach in and grab of the face mask. There's no question about that, but I think almost every penalty we've had in this game has been a 15-yarder.
Personal foul variety. But Chaz Anderson did a terrific job looking to the sideline, looking at the coverage. Saw K'Wan Williams way off. Just threw him a smoke. That's what they call that. You just throw it out there. Guy hasn't even moved to the receiver.
Anderson going deep, but it's overthrown. Newt's got away from his defender that time. Antoine Reed.
19, Alex Reed.
But Anderson led him a little too far. It'll be second down and 10.
Once again, he forced Newts out to the outside in cover 2. He bumped him enough to disrupt the route, to throw the timing off of the deep ball.
But again, the Bulls trying to answer here on Heinz Field, home of the Pittsburgh Panthers and, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers as well. There's another one of those quick slant passes from Anderson.
It's a tight window there. The Pittsburgh secondary linebackers are trying to disguise coverage with the number 2 receiver split. And they bounced around with cover 3, where we had K'Wan Williams playing soft, to a cover 2 coverage to the field with Antoine Reed bumping the receiver, to another cover 2 where they were able to get the tight window and get the pass in there.
3rd and 4. Anderson, another bullet pass that's going to be good for a first down. That time he went to the tight end, Jimmy Gordon.
He's mixing up with the different receivers, isn't he there, John?
Yes, but again, they're all short passes.
Gets basketball position on the linebacker.
Gets popped by Alexi. It was Alexi's interception that turned that third quarter around. But the Bulls came back, scored a touchdown. Pittsburgh has answered that. 21-10, Pitt on top. Home opener for the Panthers. Oliver just to slide through a couple of tacklers. It gets down to about the 23-yard line. Lindsey is there. And Max Gruder was there as well for Pittsburgh.
That's the quarter.
And that will do it. It has been a busy third quarter. It was only 7-3 at halftime, but both teams going to work here in the third. Panthers scored twice. Graham got both of those. Anderson answered. 21-10, Pitt. I tell you what, on a night like this, touching warm That's an understatement.
I tell you what, John, I see you all jacked up over there playing this Neil Diamond Sweet Caroline tune. I didn't know about this tradition. It must be a tradition. Let's go Pitt, is what they're saying to Neil Diamond Sweet Caroline. Touching you.
Well, the Panthers had time of possession in the first half, but that has changed here in the third quarter. Buffalo with 27 minutes of possession, 18 for Pitt. Right now the Bulls are looking at a second down and a long 4. They've marched down to the 22-yard line.
They're in the scoring zone. Quite the red zone yet. They're there.
Not that time for Oliver as Williams got in there in a hurry.
Corner blitz. From the boundary, short side of the field. Good tackle. Comes right off the receiver. The corner blitz, they don't account for it most of the time in the blocking scheme. That's why he's so free.
Lost on the play. It's third down and 6. This is the 7th play of the drive. The Bulls have controlled the football here in the second half. Great grab. Was he inbounds? A terrific play down that sideline by Alex Newts.
This is what this young man did last year for Buffalo.
First down for the Bulls.
He only had 26 receptions. He was the lowest of the front runners of the receivers, but he was acrobatic, just like that one.
Just a great catch on that play. He took it away from Amoru. So now it's first and goal, and right back come the Bulls. Oliver dives toward the end zone. He's going to come up short, I think. Hendricks trips him up. It'll be second and goal.
He's going to be inside that 1-yard line, I believe.
Just inside, you're right. Panthers make some changes defensively.
Inside the 1.
We're just underway in the fourth and final quarter. Oliver, did he muscle in? He did.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
Tried to leap over the pile. Didn't make it. Came down, got his feet reset, drove into the end zone.
So once again, the Bulls have the answer.
Watch him here as he tries to jump over. He can't get there, but he keeps his feet. Second effort pushes him into the end zone. That young man's going to be a tired man after this. He can carry the ball every single time, I believe, at the tailback position.
He is going to be tired when it's all said and done.
He's having a heck of a night.
Notice the Bulls have a long ride back to Buffalo. It's at about a 5-hour trek.
Bulls going for 2.
And they go for 2? No. It is incomplete. Holly made the hit. They're trying to cut it down to a lead of 3. Ed Young was the intended receiver, but it'll stay where it is. 21-16. Pittsburgh Panthers have a 5-point lead in their home opener. Thanks for watching college football with us here on ESPN3. After the Bulls went for 2, so they'll be kicking off.
You know, John, everybody should have one of these. This is a 2-point conversion chart, and it can show what's going on here ahead or behind. When behind by 5, go for 2. So they went for it, didn't make it. But folks out there in our listening audience, if you get in touch with me, I'll send you one of these. Okay? Everybody should have one, a 2-point conversion chart.
I like it.
Coach Quinn went to. It was the right call.
And the kickoff goes out of bounds. The Panthers will get good field position to start their next drive. They've scored twice already, one set up by an interception.
Free kick out of bounds for the kicking team. The ball be placed at the 40-yard
So it'll
line.
be spotted at the
First down.
40-yard line. And the Panther offense will go back to work now.
You know, when you have momentum on your side and all of a sudden you kick the ball out of bounds and you have a field position automatic, Pittsburgh didn't have to earn that. That's very frustrating. And so is that. That's a procedure.
Flag on the play.
We actually have not seen too many of those.
No.
We've seen some face
Ball
masks.
start. Offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Lucas Nix called for the penalty.
With Graham.
5-yard penalty moves it back to the 35. Pittsburgh 15.
So it's first down 15 for Pittsburgh. And there's the throw, and it's behind the street.
He's running. He's still running. If he fires that ball in there. This is the timing that we talked about in the open. The timing of the quarterback and receivers and the ball carriers. We haven't had the ball on the ground very much. But the timing between quarterback and receivers has been tough at times.
Graham with some room up the middle. Falls forward to the 45-yard line. Picks up about 10.
24, Wallace on the stop.
So Wallace made the tackle. But you can see Graham over 100 yards in his first game of the season. Third down, about 5. Nice catch. That's Shanahan who made the reception.
Another big, tall receiver. Rolling out to his right. Graham blocking the edge, blocking Stephen Means, their best pass rusher.
Well, both offenses coming alive, and coming alive there is Graham. He'll be down to the 20, maybe a little more.
Watch the collision if we get a chance to look at this again between Graham and the safety. Check this out. Once again, up in that B gap. Bang! Hello there, Josh Copeland.
Yeah, he put a hit on Copeland, didn't he? Ball is inside the 20. And inside with a short gain.
Graham on the carry.
Here's Graham. Verser was there with Skinner. Can you explain the B gap to us?
That is the gap in between that offensive guard and the offensive tackle. Right in there. Once again, the quarterback checks to see where the defensive tackle is. If he's inside that guard and the defensive end's outside that tackle, we're going right there.
Sunseri, we've got flags down. He hits the pass in the end zone. Shanahan made the catch, but this one may be coming back.
I think this is going to be a face mask, and I think they're going to count this as a touchdown.
Well, we're about to find out. We had 3 flags on the play.
Oh, there is a third one down there.
Yeah.
Right about the 19-yard line.
So everybody must have seen the same thing. Personal foul is going to go against the Bulls. Well, I think you're right. I think the touchdown is going to stand.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 40 on the defense. Pittsburgh has chosen to take the penalty on the succeeding kickoff.
There it is. You saw Stephen Means. And at the other end with his first touchdown catch of the season is Shanahan. He's been an effective receiver. You talked about his size at 6'5". Obviously he can do the job. And this high octane offense has definitely warmed up here in the city of Pittsburgh. 28-16. The Panthers have scored 3 touchdowns and 3 possessions in the second half. Panther fans having a bit more fun now that they've opened it up on the scoreboard 28-16. But, you know, every time they've scored, the Bulls have come back and answered.
Well, for the offense, for Pittsburgh, they've scored 3 straight times they've had the ball. So that's a dramatic improvement from the first half. And that's what I'm sure Coach wanted to see happen.
Devin Hughes is deep along with Terrell Jackson.
It's time for Keith Patterson's defense now to make a statement here. It would start with the kickoff staying in bounds and good coverage. Of course, they kicked off with a penalty, so that is in the end zone and gone, and they have a field position here for the defense to get started for Pittsburgh.
Well, I think when the pros start playing, you're going to see a lot of those kicks go into the end zone.
Yeah,
you know,
change the rule.
Yeah.
It's an exciting play in football, but it's
a dangerous play.
Dangerous play.
28-16. This is a Panther team that a year ago under Dave Wanstead averaged over 26 points a game. The problem was the offense for the Bulls. They averaged only 2 touchdowns a game last year. But they played better here in the second half.
Yes, they have. Controlled, very highly managed game by the quarterback in the sideline.
4 receivers in this formation, and the lone setback is Brandon Oliver. He has been terrific, though, for Buffalo tonight. And he'll try it again. Going to get a couple up the middle. This exclusive presentation of ESPN3 College Football is presented by Sprint. Glad to have you with us tonight.
Down by 12 with 11 and a half minutes to go. There's plenty of time for them still to grind it out a little bit and do the controlled passing that they've been doing in the second half.
Well, that is what they have done. They've taken their time moving down the field, and they have not played the hurry type offense. Anderson taking his time. Play clock is down to 7.
It's not been hockey on grass, as a lot of people like to call this offense.
Anderson had a couple of looks, no place to go. Now he throws, and he catch is made. Yes, he's got it for a first down. That's Rivers.
Pass complete to number 2, Marcus Rivers.
So Rivers making a nice catch. They'll pick up a first down.
He stays alive here. That's what Rivers does. He sees the quarterback starting to scramble. He's downfield. He comes back to the ball.
Well, he made the catch that time in front of Williams. So it was number 2 against number 2. And this time Anderson moves under center. 1st and 10 from the 31. Here is the fullback, or the only running back, Brandon Oliver, who'll get about a yard, maybe more. Donald is there defensively for that front 3 for the Pittsburgh Panthers as they go to the 3-4 defense this year.
Short gain, 2 yards, second down, 8 from the 30.
They call it a 3-4, but there are many times in a hybrid type defense where they kick the out to the field, and Brandon Lindsay is counted as a down lineman.
That's Oliver on the
Panthers were there defensively. Williams the first to hit him. That was Oliver again out of the backfield on that short pass. That does not produce much. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Gain of 1.
Used to call this the money down. This is the one they want to get off the field.
And 7.
Does he have enough for the first down? Rivers trying to stretch out, and I think he got there. Williams covered him defensively. Again, the matchup of number 2 against number 2, but it's a first down for the Bulls.
It's a strike fired to the outside number of Marcus Rivers. That is a excellently thrown ball into the boundary side to pick up the first.
Ball is out at the 42-yard line now, and you couldn't tell that Chaz Anderson didn't practice in the spring. He's played pretty well tonight. On the run, the throw is incomplete. Intended for Jackson. He tried to stretch out and make the play, but couldn't come up with it. 2nd and 10. 28-16, Pittsburgh on top.
The Bulls, 2nd and 10 from their 42.
Anderson gets rid of it. Oliver makes the catch, and he'll get to about the 49-yard line.
Once again, really good field presence by Anderson. They brought pressure. He was going to get knocked down. And he takes the ball down, runs up in the pocket, and flicks it out. Really good play, throwing the ball to Oliver from the check down, making a 3rd and short out of what could have been a 3rd and long.
And they have Corey Knox in that backfield as well, the blocking fullback. 3rd and 3. Anderson, short pass. Leaning is Oliver, and it looks like he's probably got a first.
To Oliver, Kaywan Williams.
We'll await the spot. It's going to be close. I don't think we've had a measurement tonight, have we?
Do not remember one. That's highly unusual. This, I think, is going to be short. A decision has to be made.
They're saying 4th down. It's short, but not by much.
How many possessions are you going to have after you punt this football away? I think it's time to go for it. You can sneak it, or you can give it to the guy that's been working.
That would be number 32.
That's him. He has been earning his pay.
7:42.
They're going to reset the clock, put 4 more seconds back on it. And give us 7 minutes and 42 seconds left in the football game. Things have opened up for both teams in the second half. Keep in mind, there was only 1 touchdown scored in the first 30 minutes of play. That has changed.
They've walked these linebackers up in close to stop the sneak.
Now he's going to pick up the first.
You know, they had the sneak taken care of, but they didn't have the power O taken care of.
Alexi, who had the big interception and maybe turned this game around, makes the tackle, but Oliver is able to get enough push to pick up the
off
first.
guard pull, the fullback lead up inside, good blocks, follows the blockers right inside for the first down. And I believe that if he had the opportunity, if the backers were sitting outside, he would have run the sneak.
It's at the 43-yard line now. 1st and 10. The Bulls continue to drive it offensively. They have not quit. There's Oliver again. Inside the 40 down to the 38 in the arms of Max Gruder. One of those veteran Panther linebackers. He is a 5th-year senior. He's over 100 yards. 33 rushes. It seems to me like he's carried it about 50 times.
It does seem that way. And Buffalo can't continue at this pace at this stage of the football game to grind it out because they need 2 possessions. They need to score 2 touchdowns to win this football game.
Anderson, almost a quarterback draw that time, and then he's drilled back. He got to about the line of scrimmage. Roberts put a hit on him. Alexi was in there as well, along with Gruder.
He just pulled it down, saw his receivers recover, but they've got to get back into the supersonic tempo here and start to throw the football downfield, or they'll run out of time.
Well, exactly 6 minutes left in this one. The opener for both teams. The 2nd year for head coach Jeff Quinn. And year number 1 for Todd Graham. Wow. Once again, that was that matchup over there of Rivers and Williams. Kaywan Williams hooking up with Marcus Rivers.
I'd like to see Marcus Rivers stretch out for that ball.
It is 4th down and 5. Big play here for the Bulls. And the Panther fans know it. Here comes the blitz. Gets it away, and he's wide open. And dropped it. That's Ed Young, and that's his 2nd wide open drop of the game. My goodness. That hurts.
That haunts you. As a coach and as a team, he's going to go shake it off, but that's big yardage there.
5:40 to play here on ESPN 3. You know, the Bulls might have 2 more touchdowns tonight if those passes hadn't been dropped.
And that's one young man, that Ed Young, 6 foot, 202 pound senior from Fort Worth.
Ray Graham bottled up and dropped for a loss.
Ray Graham for the Panthers.
I'll show you that drop pass once again as
the ball's right on the money.
Sakoli makes the tackle defensively, but can't be any more wide open.
Did you see his head start to turn?
Yeah, he was going to look to see where the end zone was.
He wanted to see where the end zone was. Catch the ball, look it in.
Loose football, and I think the Bulls have got it.
They have. Huge play. Huge mistake.
They got some pressure on Sinceri. He lost the ball. Remember earlier they thought he had fumbled. It turned out to be a forward pass.
And that's the guy. That's their best football player. They brought him around the edge. Terrific pass rush, leaning from the outside, reaching with his outside arm, and getting around the blocker to get to the quarterback. Perfect pass rush.
33-yard line.
Cahill made the recovery. The ball is in great field position for Buffalo at the 33. But like you said, now the clock becomes an enemy as we head for the final 5 minutes. So Sicoli helped set that one up. He's a redshirt freshman. They have a very young team to the Bulls, but they played well tonight. 28-16 Pittsburgh. Buffalo has it. Oliver with some room. Jukes his way inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Little misdirection play. Looks like the quarterback is going to sprint to his left, gives the ball to the tailback coming back across the green.
And the safety Hendricks made the tackle. Second and a couple now for the Buffalo Bulls. We're inside that 5-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Say one thing, Coach, the Bulls have not quit.
Not at all.
There's that short pass and the completion for another first down.
Anderson's pass is complete to number
Hughes made the catch.
Devin Hughes.
Devin Hughes, another redshirt freshman.
What they call Y-stick route. The inside receiver runs downfield and then breaks out before he gets to the defenders.
Oliver dances inside the 15. He'll pick up a couple more. The clock running, 4:20 to play. Carrageen and Gruder teamed up in the middle for Pittsburgh.
Gain of 2. Second down, 8, marking at the 14.
So again, the Bulls are sitting here with 2 timeouts. They need to score here. They're getting ready to go under 4 minutes.
Here comes the blitz. Anderson gets away and runs out of bounds.
And gets the clock stopped.
Anderson scrambles.
Williams was chasing him. But you're right, he does get the clock stopped. That was a key.
Could have been a sack and the clock running.
That's right.
And he smartly, he didn't gain many yards. Got back barely to the line of scrimmage, but got that clock stopped.
And 9.
3rd and 9. Another critical play for the Bulls.
You look right down here at this secondary. That the middle of that field is wide open.
It has been all night, hasn't it?
Yes, they're playing a lot of 2 deep.
Play clock at 5. Some pressure on Anderson, tackled from behind. He'll go down at the 12. Price chased him down.
One Price.
Another product of a local high school. He's from Woodland Hills. Juan Price was able to grab him. Watch him coming from behind.
12. 4th down and 6.
Incomplete, and that one was almost picked off. It was intended for Hughes.
That was about the only poor throw I've seen Chaz Anderson make tonight.
Other than the interception.
Yeah. Well, on that one, he probably shouldn't have thrown the ball at all. Thrown it in the dirt. There was too much congestion out there to throw that screen pass.
2
back
minutes
there in the third quarter.
2 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in the game. And the Panthers get the football back at their own 12. Graham and Brown in the ball game. This is Graham with it. He's over 100 yards tonight, and he'll get about 1, maybe 2 there. Khalil Mack made the tackle for the Bulls.
Brought down by 99, Gordon Dubois.
Well, we talked about red shirts from time to time, and in these big programs now, Coach Bunting, there are a lot of red shirts. You look at the Pittsburgh team, these are red shirts who are on the roster right now. It's amazing.
It really is, and those numbers are huge from what a lot of teams, especially coaches that go in to start new programs, have. I mean, they have stockpiled players is what I'm trying to say. They've got 19 new freshmen, but they have very small numbers of guys that have not redshirted, which is a great thing to inherit from the previous staff. So this is a good situation for Todd Graham to come in here with all these redshirted players. Now, I can't tell you how talented they are, but well, I know this. I believe that staff did a pretty good job recruiting, and I believe Todd Graham may even do better.
A much better offensive second half. The Panthers have scored 21 points. A gain of 1 on the last play. Here's Ray Graham. One thing Ray wants to do is make sure he stays in bounds, right?
Absolutely. Of course, now Buffalo has burned their last timeout with 2:43 to go.
Let's take a look at the Big East Conference preseason poll. West Virginia picked first ahead of the Panthers of Pittsburgh. And, of course, last year it was the Pitt Panthers who were picked first, but they lost at UConn and they lost here to West Virginia, 2 games that were very costly and probably helped trigger the end of the Wannstedt era at Pitt.
Preseason polls are just that.
Yeah, that's right.
You got to go out and play.
And you can see Buffalo picked number 6 in the MAC East Division preseason poll. But I think you make a good point there, Coach Bunting, that it's a preseason poll.
And Buffalo has shown that they can play better football, I think, from what I've seen tonight.
Well, you saw Syracuse the other night. How did they look?
They looked absolutely miserable in the first quarter. They really played hard in the fourth quarter. They did a lot of good things, so things are on the mend for them.
Sinceri will keep it and get a big first down right there.
That might have been the ball game right there, because they could not stop the clock. Another chart that offensive coaches and head coaches have is 40 seconds, 40 seconds, 40 seconds, what it's going to take now to run off all this clock with the next 3 downs. They're certainly not going to put it in the air and give Buffalo no time to get 2 scores.
Well, the play clock this time winding down close to 10, so the Panthers content to use that clock.
They will manage this clock and snap the ball at 2 seconds.
Graham is open up the middle. Cuts it back to the outside. The race is on to the end zone. Graham heading for pay dirt. Not quite. Oh. Well, that popped open up the middle, didn't it?
It's the first one. It's the first real big play. That's going to add to his stats a little bit. Might take that 3.5 rush average that he had in the first half up back to close to 6.
He got 75 on this play. The only thing he didn't do was score. And he's going to come out of the ball game right now as they'll send Zach Brown back on there. He's over 200 yards rushing tonight. And racing down to call time again is Todd Graham, and that time he got to the 5-yard line. A terrific start to the season for Graham, and a tremendous effort, I think, by the Bulls, but maybe they just got worn down a little bit in the last part of the game.
I just think that they had some opportunities here. They drove the ball down and just didn't make the plays. We had 2 drop touchdown passes by wide receiver Ed Young. Simple as that. Big plays. You get those what they call the MOs, the missed opportunities, and they haunt head coaches.
Well, I think both coaches in our conversations with them were not quite sure what they were going to see when you go to the live action for the first time.
Absolutely. It's always that way. Defensive coordinators are imagining, what didn't we prepare for? Offensive coaches are saying, I wonder what their defense really is going to do. Are they going to pressure us all night? So all those things go through your mind, and you waste a lot of energy. Players have some anxiety. Assistant coaches have some anxiety. The head coach has a ton of anxiety unless he's Todd Graham. I think he's been really relaxed all week. See that way on the conversations we had with him, John.
First and goal.
28 carries, 200 yards, first and goal. That'll be another touchdown. So it is Ray Graham. He came off the field but went back on. So instead of Zach Brown, it was Graham who gets his 3rd touchdown here in the second half.
Put a little frosting on this cake. Some power football right there. The big play was when Graham busted out.
The 75-yarder certainly set it up, and the Panthers add to their lead.
He's got that big play ability. It just took him a little while today to show us.
Well, as you said, we have not seen that open up tonight at all. That's the first time it's gone that way. 201 yards, 3 touchdowns scored by Graham. He's probably a little pooped too, don't you think?
Yes, I would believe so. But here's the good thing for Pitt. They can look at this tape with this football team with a new system of offense and defense and coach it hard, because offense made mistakes, defense made mistakes, but they're going to win. Boy, that's a great feeling as a head coach going in and say, I can coach off all this stuff and make our team better for the second week. Buffalo, on the other hand, missed opportunities are going to be what they're thinking about going back on that bus. They got to regroup and get ready for their next game, because they did some good things here tonight. I thought that their offensive scheme was sound and mostly was executed in good fashion.
Now, they'll be home next week, back in Buffalo, to take on Stony Brook. Devin Hughes and Jackson are the deep men. The Panthers have had a very productive second half with 28 points scored. Jackson will get out to about the 25-yard line. Thomas made the tackle for Pittsburgh. You can see Eiffel is also in there on that special team.
Credit 16 and Boru on the title for the Panthers. Buffalo first and 10 from their 26.
A minute and 43 seconds. The last drive, 5 plays, 75 of those yards were eaten up by the legs of Graham. Anderson will go back to work alongside Brandon Oliver.
We're going to see these linebackers deepen up. 3-man rush.
Short pass, first down. Once again, going to Newts. He has really spread it around in terms of different players making catches, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Just tackle the catch. They have no timeouts. Just don't make a big mistake.
Anderson will just be forced out of bounds on the play by Gordon. Shane tracked him down. Probably no gain. Got back to about the line of scrimmage at the 39.
Coach Graham's going to feel real good about what he did offensively in this second half. You could see the frustration. Defensive coordinator Keith Patterson at one point with his defense called a timeout down near the goal line.
Short pass and a drop this time.
So there's good things and enough bad things to correct.
Now that was Hughes who could not hang on to that pass. The debut for the head coach Todd Graham in his first season.
The Bulls face 3rd down and 10.
3rd and 10 coming up for Buffalo. And officially it is the University at Buffalo. It's a nice catch. It's going to be short of a first down. Newts made the play. Scraped it off the turf.
Ball's ready for play. Just get up there and snap it. Go.
Oh, we're in the
quarterback sneak.
We're in the final minute.
Go. Took them a long time to run that quarterback sneak.
It did, and I don't think they were set. I think they were in motion.
Oh, boy. When you're in an offense where you just line up play after play after play, there's no excuse for that. Let's see.
I think the signal from the line judge was illegal motion.
Ball False start. Offense. The clock is running and under a minute to go in the half. Therefore, by rule, Pittsburgh will accept the penalty and a 10-second runoff of the game clock. Would the clock operator please reset the game clock to 38
Not the worst
seconds.
thing that could happen
Yeah,
right there.
that's right, because not only do they lose position in the field, they lose 10 seconds off the clock.
The new rule. The new rule with a 10-second runoff. That's the Tennessee North Carolina bowl game rule.
Anderson's pass is caught right at midfield. Could be enough for a first down, plus he gets out of bounds. That's Newts, who of late has been the favorite target. That's 9 catches for Newts in the game tonight.
I see some good things happening for this team, Buffalo. I think they have enough weapons offensively. That young man, Brandon Oliver, was a workhorse tonight.
He sure was.
And the young offensive line will grow from this.
Overthrown, intended for Rivers.
They've got receivers, John.
Yeah, we've called a lot of them. You've got Jackson, you've got Young. Unfortunately, he dropped 2 passes that hurt him.
Yep.
But Newts has looked good. You've got Devon Hughes, Marcus Rivers, Fred Lee. Good receiving core for Chaz Anderson. Chaz rolling left. And that one is knocked away. It is a completion, and it was Jackson who made the catch.
Anderson's 30 for 46 now, 250 plus yards. Oliver, 35 yards, 114 carries. Those are good numbers.
3rd and short. Panther fans beginning to celebrate and get ready for the fireworks display that will follow. There's another pass and catch. Newts again makes the play, and it's first down Buffalo. They are hurrying because we're in the final 10 seconds. And here comes another flag. Again, either a false start or they weren't set, one or the other. I think it's going to go on Buffalo.
Well, that'll be the end.
Yeah, that will be the end. The clock shows 0-0-0 right now.
Yep. False start. Offense number 19.
That's it.
Pittsburgh will elect a 10-second runoff. Therefore, the ball game is over.
It is. You can't take 10 seconds off if you don't have 10 seconds.
Yeah, I can't. I wasn't very good at math, but I think that negative numbers don't work.
Well, you called it. You said that the game is over. And it was a valiant effort by the University of Buffalo tonight. The Bulls played them very tough. Actually, the one big play was the interception by Alexi that kind of turned this thing around. So Todd Graham's got to be a lot happier with what happened in the second half.
Absolutely. Once again, there's some things to build on defensively in that first half, offensively for Pittsburgh. But he's got to feel good, number one, about the outcome, and number two, about the way the offense responded in the second half.
Well, they scored 28 points in the second half and put away the Bulls of Buffalo. Had a big night rushing the football for Ray Graham as he scores 3 times, all in the second half. Graham had a busy night, over 200 yards rushing. Once again, our final score, Pittsburgh 35, Buffalo 16. Archive copy of this entire game